Bruh, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Typical Monday, huh? Man, my brain is racing with whistles.
Your brain is racing with whistles.
Yeah,
You want to care to
racing with
explain
whistles.
that one, buddy?
Nah, I made a video where it's like every morning it's like I I I feel like a weird way. It's literally
Oh,
like 5:60.
oh, okay.
Bro, hey, you gotta meet Dre, man. Like I thought he would be like 7 foot tall, but he's like 6 foot, you know? And I'm like 5'10". I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he ain't that tall. But he's cool, man. He's cool, bro.
Oh, I bet, bro. Hey, dude, I plan on making that trip out to Colorado, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring the warden. I'm gonna force her to go.
Yeah. I gotta. That's something I gotta figure out with my wife too. See if I can get her to go too, but she's not she's not the crowd type.
Oh, for real.
But yeah. But I'm like, hey, it's not a crowd, it's your brothers and sisters. And she's like, it's a crowd.
Yeah, I get that once in a while, man. But being an evangelist, man, you got to break out of that.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
bro, I get it, bro.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No.
Yeah. How y'all doing this morning?
Oh, dude, I'm amazing. I don't know about CJ. What's CJ up to down there?
TJ is always quiet, like I used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think CJ's shy. When is this thing with Dre? So it's like a conference. I think they're gonna do it like April or May or June, from what Trot said, somewhere next year. But yeah, I'm gonna bring the warden. Maybe go skiing or something since there's snow in Colorado. Right. Hopefully. Good morning, everybody. Where are you driving to, man?
Oh, just going to work, bro.
How does it feel going back to work?
Going back to work.
Yeah, after a weekend.
Oh, after a weekend? Oh, no big deal. I love my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I love my job. Honestly, some weekends, dude, I look forward to going back, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
No, that's cool.
I used to work. Hey, man, I used to work jobs where, man, I was like, where I'm like, man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. But
Yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
it is what it is, man.
You gotta just change your mindset. You know, that's what it's all about. Changing your mindset.
Yeah. I'm working for man, going back to being a tech, I want to save money, but overall, like I want to be like a stock trader, like every day, Monday through
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah. I dabbled in that a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I
Do like
was
half hour
I
trading.
was in it. I I was in it when the meme stocks were going crazy, AMC and GameStop.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, those pieces went crazy, man. Could have made a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. If I wasn't so darn greedy, I would have made a decent amount of money. But
You kept
greed kind
holding.
of. Yep, greed got in the way, bro.
Yeah. Fear over or greed over fear, huh?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, dude. No, but I watched. I bought in AMC when it was like $16 a share. And I even remember I had the day off when it ran all the way up to $72 a share.
No
and
way.
Yeah, dude, I watched it in real time.
Oh,
I could have hit the sell button, bro. but but I didn't. So
oh man.
yeah, it is what it is,
Uh,
though, bro. Like I'm not worried about it.
you tried options?
No, dude, I'm not. You know, I tried to understand all that stuff. Um, I probably need to just do some more research and maybe take a couple classes. That's what I really needed to do. Is I need to
Yeah.
take a couple classes. If I could take some classes, bro, maybe I'd get back into it.
You know what I learned, man, after like years of doing this is you don't need to trade all these kind of stocks, man. I would stick to like one stock at first as a beginner.
Right. Right.
Like let's say I usually go with a SPY, the SPY,
Yep.
because that's usually like the one that makes all the other stocks either move up or down. You know, everyone
Right.
follows the SPY or the Nasdaq, you know. And that's basically like my chart indicator. So if you have a screen with like two charts open, you basically follow the pattern of like the Nasdaq or um uh what was it? The SPY. So and usually if I do options, like if I was to trade options because it's a little bit cheaper than buying the actual stock, you basically just trade it in and out for the day. So I would buy an option that would expire for the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But if I hit 10%, I am out. Just to
Right.
start off. And then once you accumulate more money, you bump it up, stop at 15%, stop at 20.
Yeah. See, and that was my problem is I couldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop at 20%, bro. Like I'd watch it keep going up, and I bought into the hype and thinking it was gonna go. You know, thought it was gonna. The term "go to the moon," bro.
To
you
the
know,
moon.
to the moon.
That's what
Diamond
I thought.
hands.
There's this one crypto, I think Dogecoin
Yeah,
or
dude.
Shiba
I,
Inu to the moon. I bought it
yep.
in Shiba Inu, man. It's not going anywhere, dude.
So like, and honestly,
What is up?
when I was watching the stocks like a couple or what would have been like 2 years ago or so or a year and a half ago when all that was going on, I did get on Dogecoin. I did get into some.
Terrible idea.
I did get into some. What was the Bitcoin? I got into Bitcoin.
Terrible.
Made some money there.
Bitcoin.
Both of those options are terrible, Ryan.
What's
Terrible.
that?
I said both those options are terrible, Ryan.
Yeah, you
They're
gotta
not
talk
terrible if you made money, bro.
XRP, man.
I mean, yeah, if that's what it's about, sure.
Well, that is what it's about, bro. I mean,
No,
honestly, that
bro.
is what it's about.
No, bro. No, no. It's about utility. Utility.
Well, at the end of the day, all I know is I had more money in my account than I when be before I invested in it. So
Yeah.
that's all I know.
Definitely not saying you can't make money. Definitely not saying that. But yeah, utility is actually what those will be the ones that stick around, like
Right.
Amazon, Google type.
Yep. You see, Flip, we're all talking about all these other stocks in here. CJ, he's like a millionaire because he's like Amazon,
Yeah,
Disney.
yeah.
He's like, bro, I play the long ball, bro.
I do play the long run, but
No, hey, no,
I'm,
but
I'm
I'll be
CJ's
patient.
an
honest with you.
investor, not a trader.
I'll agree with you, CJ. Dude, that is the smartest way to do it, though. Hey, man, I'll agree with you, man. Like, but when I was into it, I was looking for the quick buck. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, yeah,
Makes sense.
that's how it is too, man.
I was
Like
buying
day
the.
trading, yeah, I mean, the most I made in like 2 minutes was like $1,400.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And But this was like years ago, you know.
Yeah,
I haven't done it in a while because
yeah,
I have other priorities, but it it
and you can,
it pays
yeah,
off when you know what you're
yeah,
doing.
you can definitely make money if you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
But if
I
you need
bought
like,
into the get rich quick schemes, bro. And
yeah,
I mean, some of them, like I knew some guys, you know, which helped out a
yeah,
lot if you know a guy. You know,
yeah,
so
I I think that that was so that people don't focus on like what they should be focusing on, like the future of this, because if it does go through, like we're gonna have like the U.S. dollar, like the things of that nature are gonna take a dive. So
well, yeah.
understanding like which ones are you can utilize for that scenario, and then positioning yourself for that possible scenario, especially with what's going on around the world now.
So CJ,
Uh,
do you day trade at all?
no, I don't.
Do you do anything like that at
Oh,
all?
wow. Day trading is
Um,
tight, man.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but not like stock traders, no, because
Gotcha.
it's a little bit fast. It's 24/7, so like there's no
Oh yeah.
downtime with crypto. So you can day trade, and it's actually probably better on crypto, but I don't. I
I
don't.
sometimes I think crypto trading is better at night than it is in the day.
Hell yeah, because the other side of the world
Yep.
is up, and they actually use it,
Yep.
whereas
Yep.
we kind of so far have only used it to make a quick buck, like you said. America, majority of
Yeah.
people.
To change it into fiat, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rather trade stocks, man. I'm
yeah,
used to it. Crypto is weird
More.
because you got to pair your coins or whatever it is. It's kind of confusing.
nah. Well, yeah, you do currently, but with the systems that are coming out now, like you, they have automations that can do that for you.
AI trading, you ever heard of that?
Yeah,
Do you think that
basically.
that's legit?
An- Yeah, animated market maker is what it's called, but it yeah, basically AI.
Animated, huh? Hmm. Maybe I need an AI to trade my stocks while I'm at work.
You could. I
Yeah.
actually I know two. I know of two that I've actually played around with to try and see like what you can do with to earn passive income and on that aspect through
Is it
trading.
true? Is that legit?
Oh yeah, I already yeah 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 yeah.
What's
I
the program
already
called? Should DM me the info. I want to look into it.
okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can show you here in a second. Hold on.
You gotta pay like a monthly fee or something.
Nah, nah.
No?
Hold on. Give me a minute.
What's the most important phrase of Trot 101? Gaw.
Ah man, my
Who made
favorite's
that
better
poll?
not. My favorite's better not. Better
Gaw.
not.
Gaw. Bro, hey, you guys are gonna put it
You
on
are
list,
not a
man.
familiar. You are not a familiar.
Bruh, that's crazy. Who did that poll?
I don't know.
Bro,
Oh,
no
every
joke, man. Like I had a dream, bro. And weird thing is that Trot was in this dream, man. Like we were at a mall, dude, and we were waiting for somebody. I don't know like the full detail, but like Trot comes out of the mall with this what do you call those camouflage suits that they wear in the military? Bro, he was suited and booted, bro. And
It's
I
a
was like,
ghillie
what the
suit.
heck? And that was the dream.
Boy, Trot's taking a long time getting his coffee, bro.
Yeah, he got to brew it like 10 times, man.
Something.
He got that Vietnamese coffee going on, dude, with the condensed milk.
He's in about 2 seconds. He's gonna come on here and be like, "What you talking about?
What you guys talking about?
Yep.
What you guys talking about?"
Yeah, he gonna play
And then
his
is it is it
music.
is it about a little bit of this? And then he plays his intro. I was giving him kind of a hard time yesterday about the Cowboys, but I can't give him too much of a hard time because my Vikings, they lost yesterday too.
Bruh, Mike is all like Vietnamese coffee. Hey, you get some funny people up in this piece, man. Crazy. What's going on? He gonna say what's going on, man.
Yeah, Jordan. I bet you anything you're right, bro. It's either going to be what y'all talking about or what's going on. It's going to be one of them two.
What y'all talking about? What y'all
Yep,
talking about?
what y'all talk about.
What's the most important phrase of Trot 101? Huh.
Somebody just put that poll back up again.
Gaw. Oh, bro. It's
Benny,
50-50.
Benny, bang bang Niner gang, bro. Bang bang
That's
Niner
it.
gang.
That's it. That's
Gang, gang.
all.
Gang, gang. Go
That's
Raiders.
it. That's all. We standing
Raiders.
tall.
All right,
Raiders.
whoever that
Gaw.
moderator is, dude, they keep putting that thing back up there.
Yeah, because the answer is gaw. There you go. 75%.
Hey, his favorite phrase is besides you got to get familiar with the Bible. It's got to be. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? I'm like, wow.
Oh, bro.
It's like
Hey,
I be ducking and sinking in my chair like gonna hit me. Don't you understand?
hey, that's true though, man. You gotta familiarize yourself with the Bible.
Hey, it is true. Hey, listen, y'all. We gotta plow with this heifer this morning. Uh, I've been reading Samson for like the last week, and it's like a bunch of things been standing out to me that just it's. I know it's some spiritual like meat here, like how it talks
What's
about
the
the days
address?
and the numbers, huh?
What's the address?
Uh, Judges chapter. It starts at like 13 to
Judges 13.
16. Yeah, so if you notice, he's a Nazarite, right? He he was uh he was told his mom was told to not drink anything, no strong drink, nothing of the vine, don't touch anything unclean or eat anything unclean, right? And don't no razor to his head. So he was to be a Nazarite, which means separated or consecrated, set apart, right? So he's not supposed to be partaking in any part of the vine or anything, right? And I noticed when he goes down to Timnah to get a wife, he goes through the vineyard. And I'm like, man, what is this man doing in the vineyard? Out of all places, he ain't even supposed to be, partaking in the vine. So that stood out to me. And then all of a sudden, he's in the vineyard where, he's not to partake of anything. And the roaring lion, comes up against him. And you remember Peter. He's like, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, roams around like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. But we see Samson actually devours him, right? And it said, and it made sure to tell us that he had nothing in his hand. So I'm like, okay. And then in Corinthians, it says, our weapons uh, of warfare are not carnal, but are mighty through God, right? And when the lion came up against Samson, it was like the spirit came upon him mightily. Like all these things are just sticking out to me. I'm like, man, what's going on? I gotta keep digging. And then like the days or the numbers, how it progresses in the story, it starts off with him telling a riddle, and it says that they couldn't get it. The 30 companions couldn't get it within 3 days. and talks about the 30 companions. Then it goes to 300 foxes. Then it goes to 3,000 men of Judah come up to the rock to bind him. And I'm like, man, the progressive of these numbers, like this number three and the increments of it. I'm like, no. So I'm trying to get it tracked. You know what I'm saying? We need to go over that, man. I know it's some deep stuff to it.
You talking about the numbers, right?
Yeah, all of it. And then like, so after he's not only after he was in the vineyard, you know what I mean? Whatever he was doing, passing through there, and then the second time when he comes back, he turns. You know that famous phrase? He turns aside, and he sees the carcass, and now there's a swarm of bees and honey. So when I go into the root words of the swarm and the bees, it's like for swarm, it's like testimony and witness, right? So he has his testimony and his witness, right? And then for bees, the root word was declare, promise, like to declare. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like what we do when we get the knowledge of the Lord. You know what I mean? The testimony and the witness, right? We confess, and then of course we know the honey to be the word that's sweet. And so he gives them, when he goes to make a feast to go get his wife, just so happened they bring 30 companions to join him, right? And so he gives, after he didn't slew the lion and he gets the honey, he gives them a riddle, and he says, you know, if y'all can get this riddle right, I'll give y'all 30 changes, 30 sheets and 30 changes of garments. So I'm like, okay, so like once we get the riddle, we get garments. Right or wrong, we get garments from Jesus, right? Once we get the riddle. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like from the start to the finish, this story is like, it's like you can see Jesus like the correlation and all that. This is like, wow. But it's like I know it's something I'm missing. It's something I'm missing. I was stuck on this story for like a week, just constantly rereading it. And it's fascinating, like when it talks about his mom, his mom and dad, they all go down to Timnah together to get the wife, and he goes through the vineyard, but evidently they left together, but they wasn't together. You know what I mean? So it's like, was they
Yeah.
with him in spirit, or? And then like when he got the honey and he ate it and he gave them honey, he made sure not to tell them where he got it from. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just a bunch of things in the story that stick out, and like I never noticed that like he's a Nazarite, he ain't supposed to partake in the vine, and I'm not saying he did, but to pass through it is like temptation, like no other, right? But evidently he beats the temptation because he slew the lion. You know what I'm saying? He rent the lion. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to
it's
find the
fascinating.
story. I can't find it.
Judges, it's in Judges. Did I say Kings or Judges? It's in Judges.
You said Judges 16?
Yeah, it starts at 13. If you're looking for his name, you're not gonna see his name to the end of chapter 13. But
Oh,
you should see
13.
Zora and Manoah. That's his dad. And it makes sure it only mentions one of his wives, and that's Delilah. That's the last one, but it never mentions his other two wives
Yeah.
by name, and it doesn't mention his mom by name. Only his dad.
Oh, Zora.
Yeah, that means hornet. That's where his dad was from.
The
And
family
that
of the
means,
Danites.
yeah, we
Man, you
know that
got
means
Danites, you got
judges.
Hittites, you got Flippites, you got all these ites.
Levites. Big netites, Dreites. Yeah, man. So I've been stuck on that. I'm like, man, what's um okay, y'all help me out on the resurrection with Jesus. So we know he died and he rose on the third day, right? So what day was that he rose? I know it's the third day, but what
I,
day
I
Right?
would
of
say the
Right?
Sabbath.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he rose on the seventh day.
Yeah.
Right.
That,
So if
that's
you
that's
notice in
what
the
I
story,
believe.
If you notice in the
Careful.
story, they couldn't expound on the riddle after 3 days, and then on the seventh day, he finally told his wife, and she let the 30 companions know. So she betrayed him like Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, but she told the 30 companions. And
But
it said that happened on
brother,
the seventh day.
you
Go
have to
ahead, I'm sorry.
remember. No, you're fine. You're fine. You have to remember that they didn't view the time like we do, 24 hours in a day. It ran from 12 to 12, so it would be it would be a different day. So some people say it was Saturday, some people say it was Sunday, some people say it was Monday, because it goes
Yeah.
12 to 12.
Yeah, that's
So
what.
that's the question.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
went
no, I'm not.
sunrise to sunset.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I'm convinced it was 3 days. I'm not disputing that, or I'm just saying the day that he resurrected, it was the
Sabbath.
seventh
Yeah.
day. It was the
So
seventh.
That's the rest. He
when was
resurrected
he
on the
crucified?
rest.
What day was he crucified on?
Yeah, that's the question. What day was he
Yeah.
crucified in order for him to rise on the third day?
Because do they count that day or do they start counting the next day?
Yeah,
The
I'm not.
next
Like
day.
that's
Yeah,
where.
I'm not focused on that argument. I know people make that argument like, "Oh, it wasn't 3 days" and all that. I'm not focused on that because I'm totally convinced it was 3 days. I know it was three
Yeah.
days
No.
because
Yeah. It
it don't
says
matter
three
No,
if.
no.
days.
Yes, you're right, brother. But the question is, when did he pass? That's the question. It's not. No one is saying that you're disputing that he rose on the third day. But what day?
No,
So was
that's
it Tuesday? Was it
no
Wednesday?
sister. Sister, that's not my question. That's y'all's question. I'm not
Oh, okay. I'm
disputing that.
sorry.
My question is, he resurrected on the seventh day, right?
On the third day.
The
On
third day?
the seventh day, he resurrected, right?
This
No,
seventh day from
was it
what?
third? Yes,
Listen. Did he resurrect on the seventh day or no?
I mean, on the
I
seventh
would
day of
say
creation.
yes.
Is that what you're saying?
because
No. What day did Jesus resurrect from the grave? I'm not saying how many days did he stay in the grave. What day did he resurrect?
I would
Oh, I
say the
see what you're
seventh, the
saying. Like
Sabbath,
on
Come
what
the
on
day of the
Sabbath
now.
week?
day.
The seventh day.
it's
The
the
seventh
seventh
day.
day.
Yes. So in the riddle, it says it made sure that they said that after 3 days they could not expound on the riddle, but the seventh day is when his wife told them and they gave him the riddle. That's what I'm
Mm,
saying. So you see how the days correlate with
yeah.
he was dead 3 days and he resurrected on the seventh.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm not
No,
saying that he was dead 7 days or
So
nothing like
then
that.
yeah. That would be saying he. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So if you look in the
I
story, they
didn't.
couldn't. Yeah, if you look in the
I'm
story of
sorry.
Samson, yeah, they couldn't expound on the riddle for 3 days. But on the seventh day, they finally told him. See, this was like a whole feast. They were feasting for 7 days, right? And he was like, "If y'all can tell me the riddle within 7 days." But the story break in the story mid stride makes sure it tells you that after 3 days they could not expound. Why is it saying that?
Oh, the correlation. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it.
yeah,
The correlation between the stories.
right.
Understood.
And so she betrayed him
And Benny, you gotta
with the
also
30.
Benny
Huh?
the completion of the creation was on the seventh day too.
So
Right,
that's what I thought you. That's what I thought you were
right,
going.
right. No, but
Me
that's
and
what I'm saying.
Hard Truth
Jesus
have talked
resurrected
about
on the
that
seventh
before.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm just I'm correlating. Trying to make all the connections between Samson and Jesus, and like just the little information that they give us. You know what I mean? And so Jesus
Yeah.
is he's a Nazarite. He ain't supposed to be even touching the vine, right?
Mm,
And all
yeah.
of a sudden, a lion roars up against him, and it makes sure that it tells us that he ran it like as if he would have ran a kid, but he had nothing in his hand.
Mm.
So I'm like, man, I'm totally sold that the Bible don't have no filler words. Everything is like is is
Oh yeah.
is like meat. There's no fillers.
Once you
So why is it
once
telling
you
us
get
that?
well, because once you get to like at least a slight understanding that everything could possibly be in there, at least spiritually. Literally everything that you could want to know. Like,
Yeah,
that's
so
when you can start reading it. Like,
yeah, I want to go over that, man. If y'all don't mind, unless y'all got something else planned, but yeah, like see,
I
he
don't.
done
I
read the
mean, dude, Psalms
he read the
3, I
lion.
wanted to touch,
So he's in the
but
vineyard
I'd rather go
where he
through what
really
you're
where
going.
he really shouldn't be, and all of a sudden the lion comes to get him, comes against him, and then we know Peter in what First Peter 5:8 is like, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, like a roaring lion, seeking, roams around seeking whom he may devour. But he didn't devour Samson. Samson devoured him. Then the
What's
second go
up?
round, what up? Then the
What is
second go
going
round,
on?
there's a swarm of bees and honey.
What is the deal?
What's up, man? I'm trying to plow with your heifer this morning.
Uh-oh. On what topic?
Samson, man. I've been stuck on
Ooh,
Samson for
man.
a week now.
Bro done brought up Samson.
Yeah,
He's
last time
so
we went
slow,
through
Well,
it,
but
I think we went through it kind of quick. We got to take
bro,
this. We got to
hey,
take this thing down verse by verse.
well, first time I went over Job and descaled, I went over it pretty quick. Yeah. The second time, I think I went over a few more things, and the third time took us a whole week, and then we didn't even do half of it. Samson's the same way. Samson's the same
Oh
way.
yeah.
So,
except we've been Samson a
Samson.
few times, so it's going to take a month,
Can I
right?
can I tell can I point out a couple things? I'm not gonna like. I just want to mention a couple things that stood out to me, and maybe you can address them. Uh, One is he's a Nazarite and he's passing through a vineyard, so that stood
He's
out to
passing through.
me.
Oh, hold on, hold on. He's passing through a vineyard.
Right, and he's a Nazarite.
Okay, so
Okay, so we know that Nazarites. He was consecrated. He wasn't to partake in any part of the bond. Later
I
on in the
prove
story,
it.
it tells you like from the
Prove it.
husk.
Prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
Okay,
Prove
somebody
it.
go to where the angel meets his mom and say, she's not to drink anything of the vine nor strong drink, eat anything unclean. And the same goes for him because later it says that, and no razor shall come upon his head. So he's not to partake in the vine. Can somebody get that? I don't have my Bible. It's
Who's gonna get it?
Judges 13.
Nobody. Oh
I
my
can
Yeah,
find
I'm
the
at
God.
address.
Judges
Let me.
13. All right, so just that verse about the razor, or you want me to
Well,
just
it's
Just just read.
scan the
Just
whole
read the
chapter?
law. Just read the law of the Nazarite.
Okay, so for lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out the hand of the Philistines. Is that it?
Yeah, go further up, and I think it talks about he's not to eat anything unclean or
Oh,
and
okay.
uh and
All right.
partake in no wine or strong drink or the wine.
Okay, so, and the angel of the
Excuse me.
Lord appeared unto the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren, or desolate, and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son, who is Samson. Now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine, nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing, for lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God. So how come it says wine and strong drink? Aren't they the same thing?
Well, wine and liquor are
You,
two different things.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah, because you
No,
got like
Benny.
corn.
Yeah, Benny is talking about. Benny,
It's me.
Benny, hold on, time out. Guys, y'all need to go find the law of the
Number
Nazarite.
6.
Uh,
Numbers 6 verse.
Number
The
6,
whole
what?
law is in number 6, but verse
hey,
4
Lisa,
talks
God
about
bless.
divine.
Okay, so yeah, verse 4 on Numbers chapter 6. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. Oh, so he's talking about hard liquor, man.
Go look up. In Hebrew vine and the word tree.
Okay, the word vine, H3196, yayin, and it translates as wine. Let me see, from unusual banqueting, wine bibbers.
Yeah. Okay, and look up the word tree.
Tree is Hebrews 16:12. It says gefen. Gefen. It's figurative of Israel, or of stars fading at Yahweh's judgment as a metaphor, or of prosperity.
Yeah, but what's the word mean? You didn't say that part.
The word translates as vine.
Okay, so the word
Vine
tree
tree.
translate.
Yeah, vine tree.
Okay, all right. So it's talking about liquor, not grapes. He can eat grapes. He just can't drink liquor.
But it's from the vine, and grapes from vines.
So does it say that he can't? Does it say he can't eat grapes, or say he can't drink wine?
Well,
It
I
said
mean, if you
he
go
it
to
said he can't touch nothing from the kernel even to the husk.
That's
no,
That
but
right.
it's
covers
From the
everything.
kernel. Hold on. What? Flip. What were you saying?
so on number 6. I mean, it talks about if you go one verse above that, it says, "He shall separate himself from wine and strong
All right.
drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink. Neither shall he drink
Right.
any liquor of grapes, or
What
eat
is?
moist
That's right.
grapes or dried."
Okay. So what does it say, Benny? He can't eat what?
Grapes, moist or dried.
No, read it the way you read it a while ago, where you said the husk.
Verse. Yeah, that's verse 4. Read that. Flip.
Yeah. So verse 4, all the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk.
Okay. So we're making it clear. Y'all are sure it's not just talking about wine. It's talking about anything, right?
Everything pertaining to
All
the
right.
vine.
Everything. Okay. All right. But he's in the vineyard, right? Now, it
Right.
doesn't tell us that he was eating grapes. It just tells us that he was in the vineyard,
Right.
right? But he's not supposed to eat. He's not supposed to drink. So you ask yourself, well, why is he always in the vineyard then? Because he's in there more than once.
Right. He passed through like twice, at least twice I know of.
Right. So let's try to see if we can find out. Try to see if we can find out how many times he went through the vineyard. Let's see if we can do that real quick.
So I know in 14 he goes, and then in 15 he goes. That's where he gets the honey. So check 16 when he goes.
Well, chapter 16 starts off with Samson checking out that harlot. So,
Yeah, Delilah. But does he go down and
yeah.
get her like he passed through the vineyard? I think he only passes through twice, but yeah, just confirm it.
Hey, Flip, you gonna bring up the harlot that fast, bro? Come on, man. Where's it?
So,
Oh, and then while you finding that, so that stood out to me, Trot. Another thing that stood out to me, of course, the lion, the carcass. So,
Yeah.
uh, and the swarm of bees and honey, and he didn't tell his mom or his dad where he got the honey from, but he also brought them something to eat. But he made sure not to tell them where he got it from. That stood out. Not only
Yeah.
the first trip through the vineyard when he rent the lion, it made mention that he rented as if he would have rent a kid, a baby lamb or goat, whatever it is. And it
Yeah.
said it made sure to say he had nothing in his hand, but it said the spirit of
Yeah.
the spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily.
Right. Right. And he had nothing in his hand. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So I had connected those two verses with Peter and Corinthians, where
Yeah.
our
Hold
advocate
on a
says, "Be
second.
sober."
Okay. And then.
Yeah. So those, and then how the numbers escalate, where it talks about the riddle. He gave them 7 days, but it says they couldn't expound for 3 days. Then the 30 companions, then the 300 foxes, and then the 3,000 men of Judah. So that stood out to me, how the number is escalating in these increments.
Are y'all saying y'all want to just go over Samson? Is that what I'm hearing?
Man, that's
Yeah,
my
let's
goal.
do
Yes.
it.
Well,
I did
I
a
have a
little.
question, Trop, before we get into
yeah. Yeah.
Samson.
What's up?
So, have we finished Job? Because I know
Yeah.
you were going to
Yeah.
expound
Job.
on it
Yeah.
more.
No, Job. We went over it for a full week last week. Yeah.
Okay, well,
We
I had to work a lot, so I missed it. So please tell me it's uploaded on
Well,
Descale
not yet.
on
Not
YouTube.
yet, but it'll be uploaded. I'm hoping in the next few days.
Okay,
It'll be
and
it'll be easy to read too, because it's just going to say Job. I don't know if it's going to say part or not, but it will have a number of one for sure. So you'll be able to say Job 1, Job 2, Job 3. Like
okay,
I probably need to
and
put
then
Job part 1.
yes, and then my last question, and then I'll mute. And then, have you uploaded? Oh my goodness, the Jezebel spirit, because I missed a part of it of the lives because I was
Do
on a
you?
long phone call, so I missed it. So
Yeah.
have you uploaded that as well?
Have you? Okay, let me ask you this: have you? You subscribe to the YouTube channel, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did
Hey,
you hit
Trot.
your notification bell so it lets you know
You know
whenever I
what?
upload
Maybe I
videos?
didn't hit the notification bell. I'll check.
Because
Hey, Trot.
I've been past few days I've been uploading. I probably uploaded almost 10 videos past few days. So
Okay, I'll check. Thank
I
you.
don't remember. I don't remember off the top of my head which ones I did, but guys, if y'all don't have y'all's notification bell in the on position, like turn it on, then you're not going to know when a new video is uploaded. So
Hey, Trot.
Okay,
Trot.
yeah,
Can
thank
you
you.
hear me?
so
You
yeah,
care to you care to talk about Israel and Palestine and the prophecies that are being fulfilled?
I'll
You
tell you
better
what.
not.
What time is it? 8:30. I'll tell you what. We can talk about that for a little bit. Benny, this is what we're gonna do. We need to make a because it's probably I'm pretty sure, or better yet, let me say this. I could talk about Samson for a month, but we're not going to. But we'll go through there starting tomorrow. That's what we'll do. We'll start Samson tomorrow. I'm not saying we're not going to start it today. I'm saying
No,
officially.
That's perfect, bro. I
Do
want
what?
everybody. If that's perfect, bro. I would, if I could make a request, all the people on the panel and in the chat to read the story, like chapter 13 to 16, and ask, come up with some questions too for Trot, and so the panel can discuss it. Because I've
Hey,
got a bunch of
you got
questions.
people in the box truck, just so you know. I don't know if you want to let anybody up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know either one of them,
Well,
so that's why I didn't let them up. I was gonna let you make that
no, I
decision.
don't know him either, but I'll ask him. I'll ask him what's going on. Servant of Jesus, what's up, man? Do we know you or no?
Oh yeah, I've been in your lives a couple times. How you doing?
Oh yeah. Did you change your name or something?
I'm just Adam. Everybody knows me as Adam or servant, either way.
Okay. How long have you had that picture as your picture, your main picture?
I don't know, a while, I guess. Quite a while, I guess. The picture off the side of my church.
Oh, who do you know up here? Because I don't recognize him or your photo.
I've been in your lives before. I haven't popped up into your. This is, I think, the first time I've been in your thing. Maybe the second time I've been in your thing.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is because there's people that come up here, and I will know them, or I have talked to them, but they changed their photo and they changed their name, and I don't recognize their new photo or their name, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I got you. No, I get it. People, yeah, change their profile pictures and stuff. Hard to recognize people sometimes. No, my name's Adam. If you don't know
Yeah.
me, I'm Adam. I host a. If you don't mind, a little plug. I do a little trivia thing just for fun for people. So I scroll around these lives, and you're not one of them at all. You do a very great job at breaking it down and teaching, and I love hearing you, man. I really do. You got a great breakdown. But I scroll around these lives and see people fighting and arguing all the time over nonsense that he doesn't care about. He doesn't care about, the semantics of little things like this. It's all about him and his sacrifice. But because of that, I started doing little trivia games and stuff to, help people learn the Bible a little bit and just have fun with it. And so I started doing
Yeah.
that as much as I can every day about 3:00. I won't be doing it today. I want
Well,
sunshine
what's
with my
on your
family.
what's on your mind right now this second? You just want to come up for to ask a question,
No,
or
yeah, I
what?
was
Or you just wanted to come up?
actually the Israel thing. It was
Yeah.
on our hearts about praying for Israel. But yeah, the more I'm also tied in with some of the military stuff and some people outreaching to me going, yeah, basically it's our 9/11, it's their 9/11, meaning false flag. But
Yeah. We'll talk about it here in a minute.
cool.
Let me see. Let's see. Father Jesus. I don't know who that is. Anybody know who Father Jesus is?
No, sir.
I think that's burn it down. I was on the
Oh
live with
yeah.
him yesterday. I want to say it's burn it down.
Burn it down. Is that you?
His name.
Burn it down. Are you Father Jesus? Oh.
Can you ask that question?
He said yes. Whose picture? Burn it down. Whose picture is that, bro? Don't tell me you just got some random kid off the internet, bro. That better be somebody in the family. Who is that?
Some random kid off the internet.
Yeah, he just went. Or you were walking around Walmart. My newborn. Your newborn. You got a child? Or you mean your grandson?
You got a newborn. Well, congratulations,
Huh.
Brian.
Well,
Congratulations, Brian.
I thought he was like 80 years old.
I don't know.
By his,
Burn it down was walking around Walmart, bro, and he saw some little cute Gerber baby on some diaper package. Took a picture of it, and he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna use that for my next photo." Some random, some
So
random
yeah,
kid.
I got some questions. I don't know if you want to me to lay all the questions out today, and then or you'll have them already written down, or if you want to just go over tomorrow. But either way,
Nah, we can. Nah, bro. Nah, then we can talk
Do it
about
on
it
the
tomorrow.
we can do it on the spot. Bet I'll just
Bro,
bring the
I'm like
question tomorrow.
let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm being dead serious when I say this, man. When I say you need to be familiar with the Bible, you need to be familiar with the Bible. It'd be like you running upon Eminem and saying 15 words. Bubba, he'll take them 15 words and make a masterpiece out of a rap song. You hear me?
Yeah.
Within 15 seconds. Well, the thing about this is Jesus already, it's already there. You ain't got to create nothing. It's already there. So you either can see it or you can't. That's it. But someone who's very familiar with the Bible, you start asking them questions about certain topics, they already know because they've already went through there and studied it out, right? So you can hold your questions till that day. I'm not scared about no question.
Amen,
Man,
bro. Amen.
now I will say this, when people have their own personal questions, right? Like if someone came in here and goes, hey, is Jesus really God? I'm gonna be like, say, bro, listen, why? Why do you ask? Well, because I don't believe he is. Okay, brother, there is 50 lives that will argue with you for 6 to 12 hours about that. Go over there and argue about it. Or are you saying that we do or we do not have to be dumped in water to be saved? Let me tell you why these people ask these questions or they continue to talk about it. Let me tell you why these questions are never ending to certain people. Trinity, oneness, water baptism, book of Revelation. The reason why you hear these topics being once saved, always saved, dude, there's lives, that's all they talk about. Once saved, that's all they talk about. They think that they're supposed to argue about once saved, always saved.
They're in the desert wandering.
Well, the reason why they constantly talk about these things is because majority of them don't know the answer. That's why they argue about it. It ain't because they know the answer, because they don't. And they need some validation from somewhere. They want to continuously stand on some ground so they can continue to make themselves believe that the way they see it is correct. And so if I can find, 10 people a day that don't see this, I feel like I see something correct. It's ridiculous. Now, does that mean that there's some of them that don't see? No. There's some of them that they understand what they believe is true. That there are some. That's a very small number. Excuse me. They're just not mature enough to stay away from arguments. That's all that is. And I'm not talking about in this world like, maybe they need to turn 30 or 40. No. Some of them are already 30 or 40. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying spiritually, they're not mature enough. They can't help it, right? They still like their belly, right? So, but yeah, no, hopefully we get to it, bro. If we don't, that's fine. We'll make a video, or we'll try, or I'll ask Dre, obviously, if he can throw one of his cool little videos that he makes.
Yeah, I can do it for you today, man. I'll be on. I got you. You can make it. I'm gonna have plenty
Yeah,
of
we're
time
gonna
sitting
do.
in the airport.
Yeah, we're gonna do. So all this week, more than likely, we're gonna be talking about Samson officially starting tomorrow. We'll probably go over a little bit today, but officially we'll be starting that tomorrow. So yeah, so the whole we might as well keep each other on the mornings. Speaking about the law is very important, as many are possessed by Moses. I believe all the topics are important. All of them, all the topics.
I agree that
Right.
the spirit of religion will bring men back into bondage, denying the power that he has and denying his sacrifice. I'd agree with that.
Well, I mean, again, all the topics are important. All of them, they're all important. But using discernment on when to speak on those topics is more important. Not your stand, not where you stand.
Absolutely.
Where you stand does not override wisdom on when to speak of it, right? So let's say we're all in agreement that going back into bondage is foolish. Fine, let's say that's a fact. Bing, fact one. Going into back to bondage is foolish. All right. But to take that and say, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. You don't have to say any other word. You could actually just be screaming, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, because that's all I ever hear when I get on these lives. I don't hear anything else they're saying. I just hear, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. That's all I hear the whole time, the whole 20,000 hours in one day. I don't know how you put 20,000 hours in one day, but they are masters at doing so somehow they create new hours within
That's
the hours.
definitely
I mean, it's
not
just,
not what we're called to do, is it, brother?
well,
We're not called to beat people over the head with the Bible, right? We're called to share the Scripture because the Holy Spirit will reveal the truth to them.
we're called to make disciples. That's what we're called to do. So I tell people all the time, when was the last time you made a disciple? And they're like, oh, well, brother, that's what we're told to do. We're told to make disciples. And then some of them will lie and say, oh, I make disciples all the time. Really? What do y'all talk about? They'll bring up one of these topics. Oh, I had a guy understand this. I was like, okay, all right, well, we're not seeing eye to eye, whatever. We were called to make disciples. But yeah, Burn It Down said, speaking about the law is very important. Of course it is. Of course it's very important. It's very important when you are called to speak to the right person about it, not to anybody, not to some blabbering fool that just wants to blabber and be a fool. And then you blabber and a fool right back with them, and y'all both look like fools. The topic is important, but the way it's being organized or held or the way it's in order shows that there's no order. It's not organized. It's not being held. It's flying around like a fart in the wind. Has no meaning, pointless, foolish, endless. The topic itself, glorious, awesome, amazing. But when not used properly, you just become a fool. So it'd be better. Yeah, so it'd be better for you to find one person a month that is truly trying to understand it than find 50,000 people a day that just want to argue with you like a burning torch against fuel. It's ridiculous, makes no sense. So let's make sure we use wisdom whenever we're speaking the word to somebody. So that way it's just not cymbals banging against each other. Everybody sounds like morons.
Clanging bell. Thank you, brother,
usually
for
what
having me. I
happens
got to go, but I wanted to thank you
Yeah.
for your service to the kingdom more than your service to the country. I want to thank you for your service to the kingdom.
Yeah,
y'all
absolutely.
y'all be blessed.
Both services were hard. Both of them.
Yeah, amen. Amen,
Both
brother.
of them were hard. All right. God bless.
God bless, bro. Y'all just keep doing you. I got to go. Somebody's calling me to a different live. So,
All right, man. Have a good one. Have a good one. Let's see. Finding 100 fish away and throwing 99 back. Finding 100 fish. Well, again, either way, you can't speak into someone's life unless they allow you to. Burn It Down. I'll let you up for a little bit. What's up, man? What's on your mind, bro? How you been?
Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, I've been wanting to come on here for a week or two.
Yeah, what's going
But
on, man?
I
What's on
didn't
your
see
mind?
you and I've been busy. I wanted to talk about Ruth and Boaz for a second, but yeah,
All right.
it's hard to say how to preach the gospel necessarily. We're supposed to do it in season, out of season, and we just need to follow the Holy Spirit, right? God uses different people different ways, and so that's why some things I don't agree with how people present the gospel. But you know what? I never say nothing. And the reason is because if they're actually, maybe not for me, right? Maybe God has me doing it a different way, but I never say nothing because I realize, you know what? They're preaching the gospel. God's leading them. But brother, I was thinking about Boaz the other day.
I'm sorry. I have a question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Father Jesus. Well, excuse me, sir, in the box with the baby picture. So if I'm hearing you correctly, if someone is preaching the word and you don't agree, but if they're preaching it wrong, then you are supposed to say something.
No, I'm not, they're not preaching the wrong gospel. They're just preaching it in a way that maybe, what if somebody's doesn't think that they should talk to somebody? So they pass somebody by and they go to somebody else. where I think, hey, maybe you should talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So maybe God's leading you to speak to somebody the gospel. You're preaching the same gospel, but God has you preaching it to different people. That's all I'm
But
saying.
no, but
Somebody
see,
might, in other words,
but
there's people that refuse to come on TikTok and preach the gospel, but yet they know the gospel. But for them, Facebook's okay, or out on the street corner. But
Well,
they won't do it on
let me
TikTok.
let me
I'm
say
not going to
let me
criticize them for that.
yeah. Let me say this. Let me say this. Burn it down. Hey, just what were you going to say about Ruth and Boaz?
Oh yeah. Well, I was thinking about being at the feet of Jesus, right? It wasn't Mary that was at the feet of Jesus, and Jesus said, "You know what she has chosen will not be taken away from her." And the significance of the feet, right? And then you see that when Boaz accepted Ruth as her wife, the moment that she came and laid down at his feet, he had put in her heart. Now he had to do a little bit of paperwork, right? But he had put it in her heart from that moment to take her in, even though she was a nobody. And then I was thinking, Mary sitting at the feet of Jesus, right? And that's really a shadow of the gospel, because the Bible says, "How beautiful are the feet of them who preaches the gospel," right? And it was talking about Christ at the time. And then I thought about this. How do we lay down at the feet of Jesus? Right? Because the Bible says we're going to be married to Christ, or we are married to Christ, right? And so, but what do we have to do to be married with Christ? What do we have to do for that wedding? If we're not married with Christ, what do we have to do? We have to lay at his feet, right? And laying at his feet is putting every power and authority under his feet where it belongs. And what I mean by that is every ritual of the law. When we died to the law, that's our marriage ceremony to Jesus. Just like Ruth's marriage ceremony was when she laid at the feet of Jesus, or Boaz, which was the shadow of Jesus, right? So, and then Romans 7:4 says, "I'm dead to the law by the body of Christ, that I might be married to another." So it all comes down, and being under those feet of Jesus, right? He said everything will be under his feet, every enemy, every power. And that's talking about the laws of Moses, the ritual, right? And when we die to the rituals of Moses, that's when we're married to Christ. That's when we're caught up in that holy marriage. And so we have to die to Moses. And how do we die to Moses? We have to die to water baptism, tithing, lamb sacrifices, and olive oil as anointing oils, burning incense, fastings, and there's many more things, right? But as when we die to those things, that's our little act at sitting at the feet of Jesus. That's what I was talking seeing anyway. I know there's probably more to it, but I thought I'd just throw that out.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Bible's clear that we're not under the law, we're under grace, right? So, I mean that there's obviously people that for whatever reason they still want to be under the law, but that's that's on them. I was looking at some comments right here. Let me see. Blue Dimples, Danny has gotten a lot of people to come out of the law. We have to allow Blue Dimples. Are you talking to someone in the comments about that? I don't see. Why are we talking about
Hey,
Danny?
hey,
Well,
Dre,
I think
bring
I
Dre
think
up.
he's saying that because somebody's, I don't know. It might have been what you said, Trot. I'm not for sure. But
Well, I'll let her speak for herself. I'm
yeah.
asking her. I don't know why. Trying to figure out why she brought up Danny. Maybe she was
Well,
talking
he's
to.
preaching against the law, and he has helped many people. He's made many disciples, right?
No,
He's
that
he's
still
helped
doesn't.
many.
Well, yeah, that still doesn't answer my question to
Mhm.
her.
That's right.
You're trying to. I was talking in general.
Oh yeah.
What? I don't know. I'm confused on what.
Well, I
Are you?
think she was just
Are you
talking in general. When you preach the gospel, it does good, right? I think that's what she's just saying. Yeah, and,
oh,
and it's
I
true.
wrote a message before that. Okay, you wrote something before that. My bad. Man, I'll tell you, man, I let these messages I get so behind and I try to go up and I never go up far enough. God calls, oh, okay, I see it. I believe God calls us all, but we all plant seeds differently because people, yeah, 100%. We all do. Oh, I see. Yeah. All I'm saying is, we still have to use wisdom, right? Like our flesh, uh, is not what brings people, to the Lord, right? The Spirit does. Yeah. So,
Hey, God.
yeah.
Even Corinthians says what?
Do
The Lord is the wisdom of God. So you're talking about using wisdom when we're exalting Jesus and preaching Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's our wisdom, right? That
yeah, but let's say you tell someone, let's say you cuss at somebody real bad, right? Like, mother effer, right? You tell someone, mother F you in the name of Jesus. Is that using wisdom?
oh well, I would say that's not using Christ. That's right.
Oh, well, okay, all right.
Yeah,
So again, there is a line, on what we're going to call what wisdom is, and what, just because someone's using the name Lord or using the name Jesus, that's not using wisdom just because you use those names, okay? And that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. But
there's a lot of people.
I
Yeah,
will tell you one thing though. I was on a live one time, and there was somebody that agreed with us, right, as far as we're being under Christ and stuff. And he come into the live, he come into the box, right? And out of the blue, he just started cussing down the other person, the non-believer.
yeah,
And I didn't like it right off the bat, but you know what? And I'm going to tell you, it's like Christ told me, it's good. This is what I wanted. And you know what? It impacted the guy. It really did impact the guy. So, God, I get woke up every day, to leave people alone sometimes. As long as they're preaching the gospel, right? And I'm not saying to go out and cuss people out, but what I'm
yeah. But
saying is
see,
the
you're
Holy
but
Spirit
burn it down.
leads us,
I know. Hold on,
leads
but
us
you're saying
biblically.
we're saying two different. Yeah, but we're saying two different things. You're talking about a fool approaching you or approaching someone else, and then the gospel gets him to calm down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person who is claiming that they're preaching the gospel and they're acting like a complete imbecile. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
no, no,
about the sinners.
right. No, I'm not
So
disagreeing with you. Right,
yeah, the sinners are acting like sinners, and we shouldn't be surprised at that. Anyway,
right.
we've discussed that long enough. We discussed that long enough.
What, what are you guys
We're going
talking
to
about
talk
today?
about, right now. We're going to talk about, starting tomorrow. We're going to talk about Samson. We're probably going to talk about Samson the rest of the week, so Tuesday through Friday. Samson is a very thorough, story. The shadows of Christ in the story of Samson are just remarkable, and I believe anybody who doesn't care to dig that up is a complete fool. That's my opinion. I'm telling you
Okay.
right now.
Hey, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow night because right now I'm just in a dead spot here, not working right this second. And so I was able to come on, but but about Samson, brother, I love the long hair because the long hair represents represents a woman being submissive to her husband, and the long hair of Samson that was a shadow of Christ because that showed that he was under the covering. He was covered by the covering of Christ. And that's where his strength was. His strength was not in his physical long hair, right? His strength
Well,
was
and
in the
as
actual
a
covering.
shadow, as a
Yeah, yeah,
shadow, and I've been saying this for over 10 years. But in the Old Testament, hair represents faith. So as a shadow, his physical hair was his faith because that was the shadow of Christ. So
yeah,
even though his hair was not, the actual faith, it was a shadow. So yes, his actual hair was the faith in real life. It was the Nazarite law that said that no razor shall come upon his head, which means in real life, he was not supposed to cut his hair. So
right.
in real life, his hair was the faith, and that's why he didn't cut it, because he had faith and he believed that under that law, the Nazarene law, that he was not supposed to do so. So, but we're talking about that tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, not
Hey,
today.
all
Tomorrow.
right.
Right now, we're going to talk about, what's been going on in Israel.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually what we're going to talk about right now. Y'all just give me real quick. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, and I gotta go too, but I gotta go here for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll try to jump back on. I'll just mute, but you can just kick me out of the box if you need to, and then yeah, and then I'll go from there if I get a chance to come back on in about 10 minutes. But I was thinking about the long hair in Corinthians, right, where the Bible
Dre, do
says
that.
a
Dre,
man
do that,
a man
please.
shouldn't wear long hair, right? Or a woman, she should put a covering on when she prays. And that's really talking not about a physical covering. That's talking about putting on Christ, right? When you pray. And then the man is not supposed to have a covering. That's talking about the preacher of the word. So in other words, the woman's supposed to be under the covering of the gospel being preached, which is the church, the church body, right? And the man is Christ that's preaching the word, right? So whoever's preaching, that they're not supposed to be under any covering because they're preaching directly from Christ, right? So they're under Christ, of course, but
So
they're
why did
preaching
the
directly.
Jews? Why,
They
why did
can't be
Jewish
under the
men wear a
covering.
head covering then?
They can't be under the doctrine of a church. The doctrine of the church is a covering also, right? And so no preacher should be under the doctrine of the church. They need to be under the doctrine of Christ. And then the church has to be under the doctrine of the preacher, right? Because they're being preached to. So I didn't hear your question, brother. So it wasn't really talking about men and physical men and women in Corinthians. It's talking about the body of Christ and Christ Himself.
What are y'all talking about?
Dre, this is why I don't go to other lives.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was talking about the covering in First Corinthians, brother. The woman and the man. Man
Oh,
talking about
well,
that long hair.
okay. Well, right now, we're talking about Israel.
Oh yeah, no one said nothing about Israel yet.
Yeah, well, you should have started talking about Israel because I said
Oh,
that's what we're talking about. Burn it
oh,
down.
that was my okay. I didn't want to jump into it. I didn't know. Well, I think that
No,
Israel's all fake, brother, because I don't believe
Please
that has
mute,
nothing to do with being
sir.
God's people.
Sir, the host is trying to move forward with the live, and he wants to talk
yeah,
about Israel.
Oh
So
yeah.
please mute so we can get
yeah.
on
We're
with
just
with
gonna
the live. Thank you.
we're just gonna start talking about Israel. I will. Let me see. So obviously, y'all all heard a few days ago that a terrorist organization, and we can call them Hamas, you can call them whatever you want, Taliban turds, whatever. But they raided Israel, by air, sea, and land. I mean, they kind of they kind of something like this doesn't happen overnight. So I'm not going to say they had the best tactics. I mean, I didn't see. I've saw as much as I could, any different angles. I didn't see anything that looked like it was like just some kind of some kind of Gaza special forces unit. But what I do think is some of these people went and sook out just a little foreign aid, to kind of help them come up with some sort of plan to make a hole in a gate and stuff up. I mean, Gaza, their number one thing is obviously just shooting a whole bunch of rockets and hoping that that the dome system that Israel has hopes that it doesn't work or hopes that it just goes down somehow. And so they shot thousands of rockets. There was even bombs dropped from the air, utilizing some sort of like real unsophisticated aircraft. Like it wasn't something, like something the Wright brothers created, I guess. And then they had over 100 men that obviously were ready to just die for whatever crazy cause that they had this time. It's always different. It's always the same route, but it's always like under different pretense. This time they're trying to say that, oh, we're doing this because one day a few years ago in this one incident involving 3 police officers. I mean, they get so intricate to because of this event. This is why they don't need a reason. Y'all quit listening to the trash. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, this is no different than when America started blowing itself up under the name, Black Lives Matter. I probably shouldn't even have said that, but under this name that's easily, people are going to 100% put their faith in the group because what the group is claiming that they represent. Let me tell you something. If you don't know the difference between terrorism and terrorism, if you can't tell the difference between terrorism and terrorism, then you're a terrorist. Something's wrong with the way you think, okay? I don't care what name they're calling themselves. All you have to do is just watch what they're doing. These people that claimed in America, they claim to be a dark melanin group. If you look at the name, you think it's a bunch of dark melanin people doing this. Every time I saw videos of these crazy people, they were white. I'm not saying there was no dark-skinned people
Exactly.
there. I'm not saying that because I believe any skin color can be brainwashed. But let me tell you something. These people are claiming that they love dark melanin people, and they're over there burning down dark melanin businesses. Bro, these people have been owning those businesses for years. And you're going to come over there and burn their business down in the name of dark melanin people? Well, why don't you care for those dark melanin people? And so we're getting to a point where if you're not paying attention, you're missing it. You're missing it. You're missing it big time. What's happening right now in Israel is the same thing. It's the same thing. If you pay attention to what these people say, the way that they hate Israel, the way that they hate America, this dark melanin group, y'all should know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say the group name again, but that's what they, if you're not listening, that's what they're naming themselves dark skin. The dark skin matters. That's what they're naming themselves, hoping that all the dark skinned people are stupid enough to pick up arms with their crazy butts and just start destroying their own neighborhoods. Oh, man. You want to talk about drinking the Kool-Aid? Man, look, these people are doing the same thing to Israel. They're trying to act like they have all these excuses. Oh, we should be able to destroy them. Why? Oh, here's our reasons right here. Bro, you're missing the point. I don't care what they're claiming happened 10 years ago, 50, 100, 5,000 years ago. I don't care what they're claiming. If you don't recognize terrorism when you see it, something's wrong. That maybe you like it then. If you don't recognize it as terrorism, then that means you like terrorism, which means by definition you're a terrorist. You're not supposed to like destroying people's businesses just for the sake of doing it, because you have made yourself believe something. Now, what's going to happen, and I hate to say this, but Israel, now they already have started retaliating. They've blew up like 15, 20 buildings already. And I think one of them or two of them was like a mosque, excuse me, or some sort of like religious building, but, fighting in those kind of wars, these people hide in these religious buildings. Okay. I've seen it myself. It's not an easy thing when you realize that, they're using let's just say certain facilities that you would not think that you needed to aim your weapon towards, you end up finding yourself aiming at those buildings, at those facilities. Okay. And it's not easy, because, I could say some of them, we're talking about public schools, religious facilities, hospitals, things like that. But, you shouldn't be aiming your weapon at those facilities. But if those are the facilities that you're taking fire from, I mean, what do they expect you to do, And they're like, it doesn't matter. You can't do it. And so these cowards, they hide themselves amongst civilians, because they're basically pulling the the old penguin and a Joker syndrome. You're Batman, save the world, but you're not gonna unalive these women and children. And so because of that, I'm gonna use your heart against you, and I'm gonna unalive you while you come over here and try to figure out how to defeat me. Well, you got to understand, though that type of villain mindset only lasts so long. That's what they don't understand. They really think that it's going to last forever. No, bro. No. Somebody up higher is going to get tired of it. And they're finally going to say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry you chose to become unalive this way with all these people. And we're not trying to unalive these people. And collateral damage is real, man. And this is an act of war. And because you are the person that's never going to give up, we're going to go ahead and allow you to become unalived at this moment, and let your name die with the rest of these people here, because they're all in your hands. And that button's going to be pushed, and those buildings are going to start coming down, and it's already happening. And it's already happening because little events like this have been taking place here and there, like little pockets of resistance in some way. And now they just literally just full-blown war. And, they're telling the people that live in the towns to do the same thing. And if you pay attention, see, they all have pretty much the same skin color. I understand people say, well, some Palestinians are darker, man, whatever, dude. The point is, these people are fighting for each other's culture. And that's the same kind of junk that's happening in America. We're all America. It makes no sense. These people get brainwashed to believe that they need to fight for their culture and fight like, oh man, dude, it's nuts. America already has a culture. You don't have to come over here. If you're from Ireland, don't try to make America Ireland. If you're from Great Britain, don't try to make America Great Britain. We're not Ireland. We're not Great Britain, and we're not any of those countries in Africa. We're none of them. We're America. That's what we are. And so to come over here, because there's so much freedom, that it gives you an opportunity to point the finger at the world, saying that they hate you for this biased reason or this racist reason, and think that you're going to be able to take that, and America is going to give you the keys to all their gates of the city because you've claimed that you've been offended. So therefore, here's the key of offense. And we want to apologize. And this key of offense is made out of 200 pounds of solid gold. And you can melt it down or hang it by your neck, whatever you want to do. You can have all this money. And it's the same thing. It's the same junk that's happening over here. And what's really crazy is we gave billions of dollars worth of war machines, dude. We're talking four-wheel vehicles, aircraft, bro. Oh my Lord, dude. We're talking tens and thousands of small arm weaponry. Dude, M24 sniper rifles. Oh my Lord, brother. M24 sniper rifles, bro, with thermal and night vision capabilities, dude. Like what? I mean, you have no idea. If you've never played around with some of this stuff, or let me put it this way. If you have had a chance to play around with any of this stuff, you can see how easy it is to take a country. I mean, this gear is no joke, man. It's just it will blow your mind. Let me just put it that way. If you've never played around and looked in some of these scopes, it will blow your mind. And so these people out there don't have any of that stuff, man. But now they have, 10 or 20,000 night vision goggles, bro. 10 or 20,000. Do you not understand how many that is? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think they have ways of conducting maintenance on them, but I will say this: they're already made. They've already made. I'm sorry, I was preoccupied. So they've already made these things, bro, like Fred Flintstone proof. Like Fred Flintstone's goofy butt himself couldn't ruin one of these if he tried. Like they're very like the plastic, well, it's not plastic, but it's a type of plastic. The material, the hard shell of these things, what it's made out of. I mean, they're thick. I mean, you can almost pretty much slam them on the ground, you know, as long as the lens doesn't get busted. I'm saying that the plastic part, though, I mean, you can bump into stuff with them. I mean, they're Fred Flintstone proof. Now, obviously, glass is glass, and the plastic that's on these things are strong. Glass is still glass. I'm just saying, it's not like they need yearly maintenance. It's not like they really do, man. You know, I had a set when I was in for almost maybe the same set for 2 years. 2 years before I had to send it in for maintenance, and it was nothing. Excuse me, it was nothing internal that messed up. It got smashed by a Bradley. A Bradley kind of ran over I thought the whole thing got ran over because my whole helmet fell off my head. Anyway, I had to jump off this building. Well, you know, my whole helmet fell off my head. So I thought my helmet and everything got ran over by this Bradley. If you don't know what a Bradley is, it's a track vehicle, you know, like kind of got those tracks like a bulldozer has, except a lot more beefed up. But I thought it ran over my whole Mitch helmet, which it didn't. And I went back and literally, dude, it was just the edge had a crack on it, the plastic piece. But the interior, it still turned on. You know, to me, it just looked like it ran over the whole thing, but it was maybe just the edge that ran over a part of it, and it literally was the night vision system got cracked, and I sent that off, and they just put a new, you know, plastic shell part or whatever over it, and I got the same one back in a short period of time. I was issued another one for a little bit, but I'm telling you, for 2 years, that thing wasn't sent in for any eternal what do you call it? Maintenance. So I'm just using them. I'm just saying it's possible 5 or 10 years can go by, man, and these things won't need maintenance. So they've already had them for about a year. Right now we're in 23. So we can say in 33, maybe 2035 is probably when their night vision stops, you know, working on them. And maybe at that point, they've probably figured out how to make their own. I don't know, man. But I'm just pointing those out because, you know, we own the night when we fight. You know, we really do. And for this type of equipment to be in the hands of these terrorists, and we're talking about thousands of like Humvee. I mean, just the list goes on and on. They have aircraft like C-130s. If you don't know what a C-130 is, it's like it's a huge, basically cargo airplane where you see cargo come out of the airplane and it takes flight. You know, it catches air. There's a parachute hooked up to it, and the stuff slowly goes to the ground. They're big. They're huge. I mean, it's people use them in airborne school. You know, there'll be, you know, a few dozen people jumping out of these things, you know, and they can use them during war. I'm just saying these things are huge aircraft, and they have a few of them. I don't remember how many, but they got more than one. I know that. And I'm saying all that to say this: if you're not tracking what I'm saying, I'm getting there, I promise. So all this gear was left in Afghanistan, right, by Sleepy Joe, okay? And he's been sleeping ever since. But anyhow, all this stuff has been left over there, all this stuff that I'm naming. We're talking jets, helicopters. Bro, you name it, we gave them a military is what we did. And Gaza, these people, these terrorists, bust into Israel, started a war. You know, they've already raped, right? They've already taken advantage of male and female, by the way. They've already abducted dozens dozens of Israelis, dozens of Americans that are over there. And when this war started, that's who they called. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people that are in charge in Afghanistan that have all this military gear, that is who Gaza called for aid. Now, I don't believe they're going to be able to utilize that equipment as well as they should. But I'm sure there's a good handful of them by this time has already learned. I'm sure they're training them almost every day on how to use this stuff. And to make things even more, I hate to say the word funny, but to make things even more funny or crazy or whatever you want to call this is Sleepy Joe also left like 1 million rounds or a few million. It's 1 million at least. It could be a few million, 5, 10, 20. I don't know the number. But we're talking connexes. If you don't know what a connex is, it's that big, huge, like cube, but it's more like a shape of a rectangle. I'm sorry. But it's the huge rectangle object on the back of an 18-wheeler, right? The truck drivers pull those big metal boxes. They have 2 doors that open at the back. Those are called connexes. And there are multiple connexes of small arm fire. Now, obviously, there's lots of 5.56, right? NATO round, but they don't typically use that round. They use AK-47s, right? Which is a 76 by 39, right? Matter of fact, hold on a second. There's something else I forgot to bring up, but I don't want to mess up the name. I'm waiting for this thing to load. But anyway, so they don't use 5.6. They use 7.62 by 39 ammunition, and that's what we left. So I know people are like, "Oh, what does it matter if we left a few million 5.56?" First of all, they're going to use them, okay? But we left millions of rounds of the ammunition that they use for their AK-47s. That's the platform that they like. That's what they carry. So, and if I didn't add, they clearly left thousands of body armor kits. I'm sitting there telling you, you name it, they left it. You name it, they left it. The only thing we probably didn't leave was a nuclear weapon. Everything else, we pretty much left it. Now, I don't know if we left a submarine, but I wouldn't doubt it. As the story of this gets more ridiculous by the second. But is there something that happened yesterday that somebody, man, where'd everybody go? Everybody bounced out?
I'm still here. I'm listening, bro.
Well, I'm saying the panel was.
I'll tell you what, though, man. He's done so much, bro. Like that is easy for him to be let go of his duty. You know, this one would be the cherry on top, but you know how that goes, man. He'll still serve it all the way through, unfortunately.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Well, I don't know what words I can really say on, TikTok, so that's why we're talking about the old commander in chief. You know what I'm saying?
The old one.
Yeah, the old one, bro.
Yeah.
The one that's wearing diapers, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can say Sleepy Joe. I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah, I'm just trying to be careful. That's all.
yeah. So, but it's a sad thing, man. What's happening over there in Israel, and I think, uh, I mean, the numbers now at this point, they're already in the thousands so far on both sides. So, like the people that have become unalived in Israel, if you were to add those numbers to the number of people that has became unalived in the Gaza Strip, we're already getting into the thousands, and who knows, how long it's going to last, because Netanyahu, or however you pronounce his name, the Israeli president, he's already like 100% said that there is going to be a very serious repercussion on this Black Day, is what he called it, right? So,
Oh yeah, they're gonna go to town. They're gonna go to town, bro.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure sometime this week we're probably going to hear of something like some catastrophic event, some catastrophe that occurs. And to be honest, it could be on either side, but I do foresee a catastrophic event happening in Gaza, and I'm pretty sure it's going to it's going to be pretty sad. I don't know what they're going to do. I just know that they've been doing some small bombings here and there, but
Yeah, all
and if
that
it
might hit home, man.
huh?
I said all that might hit home. That's why they what is it? They sent out like a text. Everyone got like a special alert on their phones. What was it, like a few days ago? Isn't that like a
Okay.
coincidence?
Anyway, what about it?
No, I'm just saying what's going on over there may hit home here.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's very possible, because you have you have people that are Palestinians. You have people that are Jewish that live here. A lot of them. Do y'all have an area in California where there's a lot of them? I know there's some in Los Angeles. I don't know
Yeah,
if they're.
I live in little Ethiopia. There's a lot of Islamic and also Middle Eastern Palestinians here where I live.
They had
Yeah.
a riot or a riot or protest, whatever, in Chicago the other day. They're shouting Allah Akbar or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
civil war is happening, man.
That's not
It's
civil
crazy.
war.
And you know what? Who knows, man? Something could have happened last night, and I haven't watched the news yet.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I probably should have turned on my TV.
Yeah, Israel
Israel's
declared
back already.
war. I saw that, and
Yeah.
we sent a big old warship over there with ammo and
Oh, we
everything.
did?
Yeah.
We did? When?
That was last night.
Last night we sent a warship?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Today it set sail, 11 a.m. yesterday.
When is it supposed to get there?
I didn't see that part.
Somebody said, let me see if I go back.
Good morning,
Starshine said Navy.
They're being sent.
Hold on a second. Starshine said Navy going to Israel and Air Force. Wow.
Yeah. Blessings, everyone.
Yeah,
we
what's
need
up?
we need to pray for this world. We need to be on our hands and knees praying right now.
Well, I've already prayed. So, y'all need to remember something about prayer. If you keep praying about the same thing over and over, that means you didn't believe the first time you prayed. So let's use faith. If you've already prayed for this situation, then you've already prayed. You don't got to beg God. God's not stupid. He's smarter than we are. He loves us more than we love ourselves. So if you've already said a prayer about it,
It's just not about the prayer for Israel. I'm seeing a lot of things in the world that are terrible.
oh yeah, yeah,
Don't stop
everything,
praising
yeah,
though.
pray,
It's time for that.
yeah. There's always time to talk to God, tell him that He's amazing,
Give him
Yeah.
praise.
So
Amen.
the
and
article is from Business Insider, and it says the
do
U.S.
what?
is sending its most advanced aircraft carrier and its heavily armed strike group to Israel's coast, and will supply the country with more weapons and ammo. And that was last night.
Huh?
Yeah, did you see the news press from Hamas side that if the U.S. gets involved, what they're threatening? I saw that
Do
last
what?
night.
Say it again.
The news press, I don't know who the man's name is that for the other side, Hamas's side, um, came on national whatever, and was threatening that if the U.S. even thinks about involving themselves between the Palestinians and Israel, like a threat.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean those are gonna continue to happen. It's man, yeah, it's it's a mess. That's for sure.
Well, I believe we're in the end times. It's just going to keep increasing like a pregnant woman getting ready to give birth.
Well, just remember, yeah, just remember, um, when the Gospels were being written, right in the Bible, right now in the Bible, when it was written, at way back then, it said that we're already in the end times, way back then. So we've been in the end times. As soon as Christ resurrected, as soon as the death, burial, and resurrection happened, 100% the end times started. Now, some people will say, well, the end times always started. Yeah, but what we can say is it definitely started right after his resurrection. Like once he ascended to the Father, as soon as Jesus ascended upward, obviously, we were in the end times. So, for anyone that doesn't understand that we've been in the end times for a very long time, you just got to read your Bible a little bit more, and you'll know that we've been in the end times. Not today, not because of what happened yesterday, not because 9/11, not because of Pearl Harbor. Can you imagine how people felt in World War One? I guarantee you, they thought, "Oh, it's end times, end times." And World War II happened. It's end times. Everybody keeps crying, end times. Look, man, the reason all these things are happening is because we've been in the end times. We've been in the last
Yeah.
days. But last days don't mean 30 days. Last days don't mean 30 years.
Well, the
It,
scripture tells us a lot. It's very revealing. It lets us know that this generation shall not pass till all prophecies are fulfilled. And, it's very biblical of what's happening in the world right now and what's in scripture. It really honestly is. You're actually reading the scripture, seeing it unveil itself. It's
well,
crazy.
You see that every day, though. You don't
I
realize
yeah,
it.
know.
this stuff's happening every day, all day. It's just that when it's big enough, we just get a glimpse of it and we get to hear about it.
Right.
But
Well, this isn't the first war that they've had between Palestinian Gaza and Israel. You
exactly,
know, and
exactly. This been going on for a long time.
yeah, yeah. I just find it bizarre that they signed those Abraham Accords. That was the peace treaty, and then here now this. I mean, just bizarre.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yep, absolutely.
And
Zai, what's
unfortunately,
going on, man?
we have a lot of these people over
Hey,
here
what's
in
up,
the
man?
West.
How you doing?
we have to, at least be smart enough to realize that there's a lot of it already in the U.S. So things are going to start turning. We're going to start seeing, recognizing it in Scripture. That's why I'm saying pray. Yep, say prayer. Anyway, I'm going to be. Thanks for letting me up.
No, you're good. Y'all just make sure that while all this stuff's going on, just make sure you're focused on making disciples, right? He tells us not to fear not. So if he says fear not, then we don't fear.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Another thing I saw was on, at least from our side perspective, America, we had Congress was buying defense stocks yesterday.
Oh man, that's so sad.
And then today they're all surging, of course.
Oh my
So
God, it's so sad.
there's that side too.
It's so sad. They're like, well, Trump ain't here. And what is Biden gonna do? Biden ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Golly, it's so sad.
And Israel PM tells Biden they have to go into Gaza. So, yep, here we go.
Hey, so that basically means we're just one day closer for
Yeah,
us to go home. That's how I see it.
every
I
day,
don't
bro.
like. I don't like talking about politics because it also causes division. I think both sides are wrong. I think there's a lot of things we can't trust about our government. What I'm basically really concerned about is the administration that's in power right now, calling a state of the union of emergency, and there'll be nothing
Hey,
that can.
sunshine, you keep breaking out. I cannot hear you clearly.
Oh,
Is something wrong with your?
let me take off my internet, okay? Because it'll be better without it. I'm going to
Okay,
take it off right now.
all right.
There, I
Yeah.
closed it. Is it better?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? I know why it is. I know why it is my battery's getting low. I'm just plugging my phone in.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'll let it charge up a little bit. But that's the biggest concern I have is them controlling right now. And well, I guess we're going to see what's going to happen. So
Yeah, no, politics obviously can cause division, but the other side of that is uh, there are things that happen in this world, and there's nothing wrong with being up to date on your current affairs, right? So arguing about politics is what causes division, not talking about them, right? So you can talk about what's happening, right? We do know that Gaza infiltrated, right? Started a war with Israel, like that. That's just a fact, right? Like that's not arguing against anything. So if you sit around and like a bunch of babbling fools and argue about it, then of course politics can. About how you bake a cake, you can argue about that for 10 hours. You know, it just depends where you are. But since this is something that is current, that is happening right now, I always tell people if you catch yourself arguing about politics and it's older than 5 years, you might catch yourself in an argument that is pointless. Okay, so I always do. I say all the time.
I look at it this way, Trot. You know what? If you're strong in your faith and you love the Lord with all your heart and you're following Him, okay, we're in His hand, and everything that's happening is already written. There's no way of stopping it. It's all pre-planned. That's how I believe.
Yeah,
Plus, I
well, I
think a
mean,
lot
you
of
could,
people wanna join in on the action and get somebody because they disagree with them.
yeah. Well, that's again that you just use discernment. Again, to me, it's real simple. It did just happen a few days ago, right? It's considered a current affair. It's still happening, and there's nothing wrong to discuss it. It just becomes a problem when people want to argue about it, or it becomes a problem when you're using it to cause fear in someone's mind. See, the thing is, everybody has an opportunity to control their own mind, to harness your own emotions. So if these kind of topics cause you to get scared or be in fear, it's not the person talking about it, it's your own mind. You don't know how to control your emotions, and you shouldn't be involved in the topic, right? That's literally what it comes down to. But there are people that are mature enough to have the topic without getting in their feelings and getting scared and things of that nature. And so that's why I always tell people, if you're one of those, people that are get offended easily and get in your feelings easy, don't try to change the room, just exit the room. That way you can go enjoy your day. You could be doing something else. But for people that, like for me personally, I lived this life for several years. So for me, it's not politics. For me, it's I understand the people, the way they think. I understand why that they, there's like several groups that some of them would like to take it back 50 years. Some of them would like to take it back 200 years. And, you can just look at a simple thing like maybe a president assassination. There's 200 years ago, again, America is barely 200 years old, but in other countries, let's say that there was a certain president that they had that was assassinated. And as soon as that happened, right, everybody, all the people that followed that president, they were thrown in jail. Their families were murdered. And for the past, 20 years after that, everybody was unalive that had anything to do with that president. And it's changed their way of life. A lot of them, that information still gets passed down to kids because they still fight things like that today. They still fight about. So what?
How much does propaganda play a role in things like this what's going on in Israel? Because you were in theater for a long time, and obviously I would imagine that you saw what was being said, but you also saw what was taking place. So what's that look like in reality versus what is observable by the average person not on this scene?
Yeah, just for fun though, give me an example of what kind of propaganda you're talking about, and then I'll answer your question.
Well, I guess a simple example would be what you're talking about, how the terrorists use human shields, and they use the most vulnerable
Yeah.
that pull on the heartstrings to get people to switch sides ethically because, well, yeah, they did that, but so I've just watched stuff on how that plays on only the emotions and not the logic or the ethics of a person. But it seems
Yeah.
like that is as effective of a tool as the actual feet on the ground. It just seems like that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff like that goes on. I mean, all day. I could talk about stuff all day long where you have a person, right? Now at the moment you don't know if this person is a male or a female. You don't know. But this person is dressed as a female, right? They're wearing the whole female gown. I'll just call it that. So therefore, all you see is their eyes, pretty much, and their feet, their hands. That's all you see. And you're at a distance. And let's say that you're looking to make sure that no one plants a bomb in these holes, because sometimes there was bombs in the ground and they got blown up and it made the holes bigger. And so what happens is they use that opportunity while the ground is open. They use it as an opportunity to put more bombs in there. And then they try to cover up what they put, waiting for maybe another part of the street or pavement to be laid down. But they know exactly where they put that bomb, and they'll put a marker in a spot. And so after that ground, the road hardens up, and it becomes considered green zone or safe, you'll start seeing convoys again going over that road. And these people are waiting for a time of attack, or they're or waiting for maybe a strategic event, and they'll use that explosion to obviously that being a military vehicle, and it'll make the vehicle stop, right? Because the vehicle will be all messed up in the middle of the road, and you can go around it, but it just slows things down. And so because we know that they're going to do that, anytime there's an open hole, we set, and I hate to say this, but there's two different groups of people that get set out there. One of them is kind of opened, and they're called security, and they're kind of standing around the area. And then you have what's called the real security, which is a small SKT, and that word K, SKT, it's a small, I'll just kill team, right? That's what SKT is. So it'll be a small SKT of anywhere between 4 to 8 men, just depending on, what the objective is exactly. And obviously there'll be a sniper team, maybe 2 out. Now they're doing a different mission on the side, but at the same time, they're kind of watching this hole, because there is a small group of quote unquote security team that's supposed to, but those guys can get shot at and scared off. And, usually it's the people of that country that are hired to make sure that nobody puts a bomb there. But we always have a second or third option. And so, you'll have this person showing up, and, it's a woman, right? And they're getting ready to put this bomb in this hole, and the objective is very clear. They have to be eliminated, because it's very clear why they're putting another bomb in the ground. I mean, it's so clear. And then out of nowhere, you'll see this kid run up to finish the job. And so soldiers have an option to make. Are we doing this to this kid too, or what are we doing? And so the rules are very clear. A lot of the times the kid is taken care of the same way, because the goal is, the objective is the objective. And then come to find out, once that body is taken away, the adult, it was a male. It was a male the whole time, but the male dressed as a female because they're told that they won't be fired at because they're female. And so a lot of times that is true. But what's crazy is they don't know when it's true. They don't understand when soldiers choose to fire at a female and when soldiers don't. That's the one thing that you've learned. They're kind of detached from reality so much. See, because in their eyes, they'll fire at the female every time. You have to understand, 99.9% of the time, they are going to fire at the female in any situation. And so we, America being crazy, right? That's why they want all Americans to die. It's because we have this weird law that we uplift women, and it drives a lot of them completely mad. It drives them nuts. They don't understand it. So, they dress as women because they know there's times that we won't shoot at them. But like I said, they're so detached from reality, they don't understand those times. So when they do get shot, they get confused, because they're like, well, they didn't shoot the women over here. Why are they shooting? And they just don't understand. But some of them slowly begin to understand, but for the most part, they don't get it. But that stuff happens a lot, man. There'll be a riot that is started, in town. It'll be Sunnis and Shiites. Now, of course, with the Israeli thing, it's going to be Israeli or, people from Gaza, whatever you want to call them, the terrorist,
Hamas. It was Hamas.
What is Hamas, whatever.
Hamas,
It's just Hamas is a terrorist group.
Yeah.
But they're mostly Palestinians, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, you see these signs everywhere: free Palestinians, free the Palestinians. Like trying to make it sound as though that they're the dark-skinned, um, you know, uh, uh, you know, oh
They're
man,
the
what is that?
victim. Like they're the
Yeah,
victim.
exactly. Yeah, that they're the victim, just like what happens in America. It's the same thing. We're being victimized. Y'all hate us, and all this other stuff, and you'll see the same thing with Israel and the Pakistani people. It'll be the same exact thing, same tactics. So
I had a question about it. This Hamas, they appear to be very, very young, and they're done plumb gone crazy. Okay, they don't care about, but I think it's called Hezbollah, whoever's behind them. Now these are the men, okay, that is backing them, like kind of like the ISIS people, right? Am I correct?
well, they're all pretty much the same. So watch, let me show you. So Hezbollah, okay, Al Qaeda, the Taliban, they're all ISIS. That's what you need to understand.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, yeah. So ISIS is the like, if you want to say, like, it's their lead pack out of all the packs. Now they're all going to say, no,
You
we're
gotta
all
watch that
different.
lingo when you see that word, bro. Just look it
What
up.
word? Oh, the I one.
I
Okay,
one. Yeah.
so we'll call the I one is as, or we'll just say the is group. How about that?
Yeah, the
No,
is
no. We'll say the is. Yeah, we'll say the is group if we can remember. So the is group is like the head honcho, the caliphate, right? So that word caliphate is like, matter of fact, look up the flip. Can you look up the word real quick? Caliphate.
How do you spell that?
It should start with a
Cat.
K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Kalifat. I don't know.
So Iraq is backing this. So what's Iraq? Is it is as well?
Yeah, it's yeah, all of it is. So all the just picture this. Just picture this. They're all thugs and gangsters. That's all you need to picture. Okay?
They're
They're thugs and
murderers.
gangsters. Do
Murderers.
what?
They're unalivers. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
yeah. They're all unalivers, and they want the whole world to be under Islam. This is what you need to understand. All this is because they want the whole world to be under Islam. That's the whole point of all of this. Let me see. Let me look at this real quick. Absolutely. Yeah. So
some of those in every religion.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well,
But some are more.
they believe that they unalive, that they're going to be in heaven, but they're God, who they claim to be God, and they're going to have 70 wives, and life is just going to be grand. They're way too.
Yeah, Aaron, can you read that?
Right?
Aaron, can you read that?
Yeah, it says the rule reign of a caliph or a chief Muslim ruler. An area ruled by a caliph.
Yeah. So whenever they choose a caliphate, whenever they choose one, it's like the majority of them have to listen to what this caliphate says. And a caliphate is chosen majority of the time during an act of war. Now, the is group is to have said to already had a caliphate, but to be honest with you, just knowing how things work out, they usually don't last very long. But it doesn't matter. As soon as one is chosen, that's where a majority of the people are going to listen. So if you can just say, let's say that there were 100 gangster groups, and I am talking about under the is, okay? So there's 100 groups under the is. So in America, we got, the Bloods, the Crips, right? We got
I believe that. I believe that they're
Yes.
in America already. They're just waiting for their calling. That's what I believe.
do what?
I believe they're already infiltrated in America, just waiting for their calling.
Well, no. Let me finish what I was saying. Let me just finish what I was saying. So in America, we have gangs, right? They're called MS-13, the Bloods, the Crips, the Warlord something. I mean, there's so many of them, right? Let's say there's 50 main ones, okay? Well, let's say if every leader of every one of those gangs left the gang, not left like they weren't in control, but they're still in charge. They're still in charge. They just don't. Hold on a second. Let's say that those leaders of each of those 50 games left, and they created what's called like an is in America, okay? And all the groups together, they all voted and allowed one person to be elected to be head of all 50 gangs. So this person would be the leader of all the 50 gangs, and all 50 gangs will say, hey, you know what, we'll listen to you no matter what. And then so now they got this head honcho dude. So now the head honcho tells all the gangs in America, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. That's pretty much what's going on with the caliphate under the is group. Is there's even a group in Africa called Baraka Haram. How do you say it? Man, I ain't said that. Boko Haram. I think it's Boko Haram. Well, it's been a long time since I said it. I had to go overseas for a little bit to deal with some of their nonsense. But these people are they're Islamic, so they put their allegiance to the is group. So all these people will do it because they're all Islam. They'll all put their allegiance to the is group. And so whatever the leader of the is group says, all these other sister gangs are going to do what they're told. So all these names that y'all are hearing, right? Hezbollah, Hamas, Taliban, all these names that you hear, no matter what they say, man, they're all part of is. Is just the head honcho organization, and they all trickle down from there. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna pay attention today, man. This is a new week. I'm gonna pay attention a little bit more today to see if I see anything out of the ordinary between some of them groups. And we'll keep an update on it throughout the week. Again, that's not going to be our focus. We're just talking about it today, just because it's been happening for the past few days, and it's like everyone was saying, man. It's been.
You talking about baklava? Is that the gang you talking baklava in Africa?
No, Boko Haram. Boko Haram.
Oh, I thought that was a dessert, baklava.
You thought it was a what?
A dessert.
I don't know. I'm talking about Boko Haram.
Never mind, man. You missed the joke, bro. You don't know what
Yeah,
baklava is.
Dre was trying to be funny and make light, and Trot's like, I ain't seen it, bro.
No, I missed a joke. What's the joke?
There's a dessert called baklava, bro, in Africa. It's an Ethiopian thing. So I was like, when he said baka, instead of baka something, I was like, yeah, baklava, the dessert. But never mind.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, that's why, because I don't know what I know what a baklava. Or hold on. Hold on, you're saying the dessert's called a baklava?
Yeah, it's called baklava.
Delicious.
Huh.
It's
It's a
delicious. I love it.
a pastry.
I had the best
Wait, I
baklava
thought
when I
that's
was
what a
in
hat was called.
Ethiopia.
No, a baklava is a face mask, but he's not saying baklava unless that's what you're saying. You're saying
No, no,
baklava?
no. Baklava is a dessert, bro. It's an Ethiopian dessert. It's an African, North African dessert. Middle Eastern, North Africa, Ethiopia. Um, Normally Ethiopians make it. It's delicious. When I was there, I had it. I fell in love with it. It's not the same in America.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a balaklava.
Flip's talking about something meaning gay. I don't know what that's all about. In
Gay?
Tagalog,
What?
You know.
blocka me what? What is that? Flips, educate us.
So Tagalog is the language that Filipinos speak, and when they say bakla, that means someone is playing for the same team. You know, male on
Uh,
male, female on female. Yeah.
Bro, so that means the whole time that we're saying bakla, the whole time he's just hearing gay, 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 like the whole time.
So
Uh,
bakla. So you're talking about bakla haram. So is
no,
that like
Well, those people are definitely
Boko
not. They're not
Haram.
for none
Yeah.
of that.
Boko Haram? Boko Haram.
Boko Haram. Yeah.
They're not LGBT allies. You
Oh
know.
yes, they are. Oh yes, they are.
How are they allies? They are
Their
not allies.
prophet was LGBTQ, but I'm not going to get into that because this ain't the live for it. But if you want to talk about it, I'll show you that he played for that team easy.
Wait.
he was a switch hitter.
Yeah, he was.
Hey,
But
Zai.
we'll talk about that
Zai,
some
why
other
are you
time.
defending Islam right now?
I'm not.
Okay, now you're calling me stupid. I heard what you said.
What did you think I said? I didn't defend them.
Yeah, you did. You said, "No, dude. Islam, they don't do that, bro. No, nah, bro." And as soon as Dre said, "Yeah," you were like, "No, man." You were like, "Ah, la, 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 la." You just went off, bro. I heard you, bro.
No, I just
Heard
said
you.
they weren't allies.
Hey,
I said they
hey,
weren't
try. He
allies to
said,
the LGBT because they actually do like take a lot of unalive a lot of people for that.
hey,
So.
Zai was like, stop for the law, stop for the law.
Stop for the lie, boy.
No.
He started getting mad,
No,
bro.
no, 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 no. I just think like it is unfortunate. Like, actually, a lot of people are unalived. It's not just LGBT. But.
Yeah, but yeah, hey guys, I know today we kind of hit, but it was a topic that I did want to bring up. I'm actually glad. Dre, did you bring it up? Who brought it up?
Sure did, my guy. Sure did. I was sitting
Yeah,
there and with no reception in Mexico. And then when I got reception, my phone went crazy. Oh, that war broke out, Israel and this. And I was like, what
yeah,
in the world? I leave America
yeah,
for
man.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's yeah, man, no doubt, man. It's to be honest, in my personal opinion, uh, Israel should be outraged. America in its entirety should be outraged. These people don't stop. They literally chant death to Israel, and they literally chant death to America. And it's sad the time that we're in right now, where people in America, it's ridiculous. They're like, I want to see America go down. It's like if you don't make someone a millionaire because they tell you to, then they just want the country to burn down. And that is the most selfish, arrogant, most childish crap I've ever heard in my life. If you want money, get off your butt and go work and go make some money, or go work for a company that says, hey, check it out. If you bust your butt for us for 15, 16, even 18 years, some of them you can retire before 20, and you can retire and you can get a pension. Okay. But that takes hard work. And the thing is, a lot of people, they don't want to put in hard work. They just want to have their hand out and complain. Everybody has an opportunity to make money in this country, and that's why people die to come here on a daily basis. So I think
Folks
it's a
is out of
complete
line, Tron.
outrage. Huh?
I said, folks is out of line, bro. Like people have lost their way in such a manner that they would rather like They would rather like save the life of a dog. Not saying, and I know you love your dog. I love my dogs, but the reality
Yeah.
is a dog is not a human, bro. And some of
Yeah,
these people would
Yeah.
rather see a dog live than a human live,
it's a
just
cycle.
because they don't live
Yep.
inside of their house, which is insane, bro. And then, and honestly, and I love my dogs, and all three of my dogs, except the pit bull, maybe they're all Democrats, bro. All three of them.
Oh my lord.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had argument. I had an
Try,
argument with my dog. Yeah.
that was funny,
What?
bro. That video you sent, that was funny.
I'm telling you, I saw that video and it got me thinking. So I sat down with my lab and I said, "Hey man, we need to have a talk, man." And so I started telling him. I said, "Hey, you're gonna have to start doing more around here." And we talked for about a good 2-3 minutes. And he was looking at me. He understood everything I said. But as soon as I was done talking, his answer without words, he just went and laid down. So he pretty much told me that he was going to take a knee and he was no longer going to share the national anthem with me any longer. Matter of fact, I saw him the other day trying to take off his collar. Like he literally told me he wanted that collar taken off his neck, and it kind of hurt.
That dog don't hunt,
because
bro.
it's got his name on it. It's got
That
his
dog
name
Yeah,
on
my
it.
don't. That
lab,
dog don't hunt.
my female lab, she said, you know what? I'm taking off my bra and I'm free and I can live around home. I want to live free.
I have a question. Do you believe that it's possibly a demonic expression of their religion?
What?
Do you believe that it's a possibility of a demonic presence with their religion?
Well, I think we know that. I think we know that that Satan is real. So I think that kind of, Satan's real. So if any religion is quote unquote not the religion of Jesus, and I'm using the word religion for a reason, then obviously it's well, just like Flip says, it's demonized, right? That's what the Greek word is. So yeah, absolutely.
There's only two things, right, Trot? Good and evil. So you're either
Yeah,
in the kingdom or you're out the
that's
kingdom. And
it.
it doesn't make a difference. When you're
Yeah,
out the kingdom, you're out the kingdom, whether you're Islam, whether you're
yeah,
Hinduism, whether you're whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, it is the same thing. You're outside of the kingdom. You're either born again or you're not. You either flow rivers of living water or you don't. You're dry, desolate,
yeah,
or you're wet by the dew of heaven. That's it. Bottom line.
yeah, yeah, 100%. So it is 10 o'clock. Again, I know it kind of seemed like we digressed the whole time, but I'm still glad that the topic was brought up. But remember, tomorrow, and if something changes, and I'm telling you guys, anybody, I don't care if you're in the comments, if you come up on the panel, if there's another part of this Israeli and Palestinian issue that that's this war. Actually, it's a war, believe it or not. Okay, it's crazy. The war in Ukraine is still going on, but it's there's not been any major changes for
Yeah,
about a
I would,
month.
I
But
would say
this
don't
war
be
is new.
surprised. Don't
Do
be
what?
surprised if you see China and Taiwan or Korea.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but I will say this: if you just so happen to be watching the news, anything, I don't care what it is, something new that we hadn't discussed today, something new that probably happened last night, or maybe something new that's going to happen today that, that we can bring up tomorrow, bring it up. We'll talk about it just for a little bit. And we'll talk about it for a little bit. And after that, we'll hit Samson. So we're going to go over more than likely the entire book of Samson. That's something that I have not done on Descaled yet. I think I probably did a show, maybe two, with Samson, but I don't think I've done it longer than that. Just like we did Job. I've talked about Job before for a day, maybe 2 days. Last week was all Job, and this week is pretty much going to be all Samson. not counting today, because today we talked about, which is in my heart personally, a very serious issue of our world, period. And it just so happens to be a biblical topic. So that's why we talked about it, is because I personally engaged in these wars. I know how these people think. I lived there for years. And it's, to me, that part of it is not politics. I know a lot of people, watch the war on TV and read about it in the newspaper. I didn't see it on TV. I didn't read it in a newspaper. I was there. So I know what I saw, and I know what was taking place there the time that I was there. And so, because I understand what's going on, I didn't have to go to Israel. I know the type of terrorist groups that Israel is fighting. I know the way they think, and they only have one goal, and that is 100% destruction of anyone that will foolishly lay down their arms, period. And they'll use any tactics to get you to do that. They'll use, oh man, what is this? Sorry. They'll go as far as, well, maybe I shouldn't. Well, what I can say for sure is they will make it look like it's everybody else's fault, right? That they're the victim. That's one thing that they are masters at. Just like the 3-letter group that I named, the dark skin people group. That's what they call their group. That went around terrorizing America, and they're still making millions of dollars and not giving it to any of their people. That's what they do. They go around and picking on people's feelings and getting those people to getting their feelings and to giving them more money, to giving them more attention, and then taking that money and causing two things to happen: make their pockets fat and causing destruction. But they haven't got it figured out like the Islamic groups, because the Islamic groups, they only want to make their pockets not very thin. So they just want to put a few grains of sand in their pocket, and the rest of it they use for destruction. And that's why they're more successful at destruction, is because they're more goal oriented towards destruction than the other groups. The other groups are about just stealing money from people. So
The topic should be about why is our country providing to terrorists? That's concern.
Do what?
Why is our country providing those funds to terrorists that would say that they want death to America? That is a concern.
Man, is anybody else understanding her?
No, she breaking up.
She
No,
said
she's
something
breaking up
about
really
why
bad.
is our country providing funds to the terrorists. Follow the money, that's all I'll say. You'll find out why.
Follow
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, because Iran got whoever they were got like billions from this administration. Why? Why are they giving them money?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, and whenever they left all that money to, excuse me, man, when they left Afghanistan and they left those billions of dollars worth of equipment, gear, and all that, there were pallets. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures, but there were pallets of stacked up American money in these offices that they knew that these terrorists were going to take over. I mean, we're talking, these pallets are bigger than trucks. I mean, I guarantee you there was billions of American fresh green crispy dollar bills. And there was pictures of some of these guys sitting in these offices with just stacks of money, and America left that there for good measure. Here, guys, not only are we giving you all this,
Yeah.
here. And what happened? They still killed people at the border.
Yeah.
I mean, this administration is just stupid. They're just straight dumb.
They just gave them like I don't know how many more billion more. Biden did. That's what's
Yeah,
even
no,
after
no.
that.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying it all started the way we left Afghanistan. That's all I was pointing out. Of course, Sleepy Joe, dude, first of all, he's not meant. If anybody tells me he's mentally there, you're not mentally there. Whoever you are, don't even waste your breath. The guy's lost. First of all, he's an American president. Okay. And I respect the title 100%.
Right.
But to sit there and act like that, you cannot tell that this man is some in deep state of dementia or something. Something is wrong with you. You're lying. It is not true. Trust me. I don't
He's
like to
being
say.
directed from Obama, dude. Obama
Well,
is
again, I know all the rumors. I know all the rumors, right? Yeah, it's a rumor. We may not know that as a fact right now, but there are a lot of fingers that point that he's obviously not making decisions. So whether it's Obama or whether it's anyone that's around him, it could be his wife for all we know. The point is somebody is making calls, dude, because this dude, and I tell you what, if charges come out against him for him to go to prison for the rest of his life, then I tell you what, boy, he's known for a minute because he started that show about a year ago where he started acting stupid. All of a sudden, he just started acting like he's dumb. But when he was up on that stage against Trump, boy, he was acting like he was the smartest man in the room. And here we go, a few years later, and boy, he can't find his way off the stage. He shakes his hand in thin air. He's shaking his hand with Casper, so
and he's
it's
running
just.
again. Can you believe it? Running again.
I mean, well, what do you? I mean, well, no. Hey, to be honest with you, I don't know what's so hard to believe about that. He stayed in his basement last time and he won. So why wouldn't he stay in his basement this time? So
that's conjecture too of how that happened.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Sunshine, you got something to say before we hop off?
Just bless y'all. Thanks for letting me up. You guys have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Anybody else got something to say before we hop off?
God bless. Have a good day.
God bless.
God bless. Hey, how about them Cowboys?
All right. See you tomorrow, guys. See you tomorrow.
What about them?
No.
What about
I'm
them?
just kidding.
What about them?
They took a knee, that's for sure.
Well, first off, they played a team that's undefeated, so there's no laughter there, buddy. I can understand if they lost to a team that was 0-4. They lost to an undefeated team.
Yeah,
so
Bill. Perspective.
It was just a loss. What did he say?
I don't even know. He's cutting in so bad. I don't know. All right, I'm hopping off.
Have a blessed day.
Hey, all I could say is, man,
see you guys tomorrow.
I'm gonna root for anybody that's gonna play them Chiefs, bro, because I don't want to see them back in there again. I'm sick and tired of seeing that team.
It's gonna be the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Well, Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl this year. I don't know what y'all talking about. Random guy, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? That is
What's
not
going
the
on?
energy that you had the other day. Cowboys.
I can't believe that team is that team's gonna.
It'll be the Eagles and the Chiefs again.
Random guy, what were you saying?
I said that was not the energy that you had the other day for the Cowboys with the Niners.
Hey, you sound like you're underwater, man. Clear your mic up.
Hold on. Yeah, my.
What did he say?
Can you hear me?
Keep talking.
Can you hear me now better?
Oh yeah, that's way better. What were you saying? What happened? What the heck?
I have no idea what's going on. He just dropped on that. Can you hear me? Bye.
I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
I felt right.
All right, what'd you say, random guy?
I said,
what'd you say?
I said you did not have that type of energy the other day for the Cowboys.
What kind of energy did I have?
Man, they were the bomb. And
They
now you
are.
say, and now,
My energy ain't changed. They are.
yeah,
Hey,
but now
listen.
you coming with
Hey,
excuses.
listen. No. Listen. They lost. That's a fact. My energy doesn't change that they're going to the Super Bowl this year. My energy is still the same. They're going to go to the Super Bowl this year, and next time they play the 49ers, they're going to beat them 54-0. So
54.
let's make sure we understand. Let's make sure we understand the energy has not changed at all, but they lost. So what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say they didn't lose? No, that wouldn't be prudent.
Yeah,
They
but
lost, and
but
what?
I heard excuses. I
Oh
heard
yeah,
you
what'd I
say.
say?
I heard you
Uh
say
huh.
they were playing an undefeated team. But
That's not an excuse. That's a fact.
but you didn't use that energy when you were saying they were going to beat them.
Well, of course not, because they haven't played yet. So first of all, let's say this. Let's say this real quick. Number one, they were playing an undefeated team. So obviously, it's a no-brainer that they have a good chance of losing that game. So if we're going to be honest, let's be honest here. If you're surprised that the 49ers beat them, something's wrong with the way you're watching football right now, because 49ers got a really good team. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to root on my boys, though. Period.
No,
I'm going to root on my boys.
I know.
Yeah. So the second thing is this. The second part is this. I have never seen Dak Prescott play that bad since he started. This dude threw 3 or 4 interceptions, dude, and every one of them pretty much turned into a touchdown. So, I mean, it's they played horrible against the team, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to root them on. So my energy is remaining the same. The next team they play, they're going to smash them 72-5. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip this.
I'm gonna
Clip it.
I'm going with
Matter of fact, I say this all the time. I say this all the time. I have a banner in my room that says Cowboys Super Bowl champions, but I don't have a year on it yet. So clip all this. But when that year happens, y'all make sure to stamp that clip with the year. That way we can make it make sense.
You sound just like me as a Cubs fan, bro.
Hey, you'll be in heaven before that happens, brother.
Hey, well, that's you saying that. You don't know if that's true or not.
Hey, man, I'm gonna be in heaven before my Vikings get there too. So I'm just letting you know, bro.
I don't think. But see, the thing is, I don't think the Vikings ever went there, Bubba.
No, they've been there 4 times. They just lost all 4 times, bro.
Okay, so they don't know. They ain't been there. They ain't been there and done that yet. You know what? I heard someone tell me the Cowboys had 4 rings, and so y'all told me 3.
I think they've got 5. They've got 5 rings.
Yeah, I think Bill lied. Bill, you're such a liar, Bill. You said they had 3 the other day, bro, and they got 4 or 5. Matter of fact, they got the same as the 49ers, whatever the 49ers have. So y'all gonna quit talking about my boys. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah.
They might
It's still
start
gonna
doing
be
something
the Eagles and the
Listen,
Chiefs.
the Cowboys have 5 Super Bowl rings,
It
dude.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Bill, I don't want to hear you talk crap anymore, Bill.
Well,
Oh, hold on, Bill.
Hey, man, my Vikings, bro.
what's going on?
My Vikings are like, my Vikings are like Moses, bro. They were able to see into the
Moses.
promised land, but they were never able to cross over to the Jordan, bro.
That's right, bro. That's right. Y'all should have bowed down to the Cowboys. And
First of all, I got a job. Why you waffling try? Waffling try. Let me tell you something. I never
yeah,
said
let
there
me
were
hear it.
4. I always knew there were 5. They haven't gone in
No, you said
27.
3.
And Prescott
You said
is a
3.
joker when it comes to playoffs.
You said 3, bro. You said 3.
Show me his record in the playoffs.
Hold on. Let's start all over. Who's your team again? Bill?
Shut up. Shut up.
No. I'm serious. I can't remember. Somebody remind me. Who's this team again?
Like Big Blue,
The
brother, Big
Giants or
Blue, and
something?
and
I
you're gonna
think
watch
I
over
think
the
it's the
numbers.
Giants. Yeah.
You're gonna
Let
watch
me look
over the
up how many
numbers.
rings
Since
the Giants have. Hold on.
96,
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see.
Giants got
Let me see how.
Giants got. Let me tell you, Eli Manning's got
Let me see.
two by
Let me see
himself,
how many the
more
Giants
than
got.
Prescott,
Let me see.
and they got him recently.
Let me see.
What year was your last Super Bowl
Let
ring?
me see. Hold on, dude. Hey, I really. Hey, listen. Y'all might have more than 5. I don't know how many rings y'all have. I'm asking. I don't know. How many rings do y'all have?
I believe it's 4.
Well, I don't know. I'm not. Listen, I'm being serious when I said how
Yeah,
many
I
rings
believe
y'all
it's
have.
4. It's 2 with Eli, 1 with Sims, and the other one I forgot his name was when we beat the undefeated Brady.
All right, I just pulled it up. Hold on a second. Why does it say y'all have 8?
Although that was a good one.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Bill, why does it say y'all have 8 rings? It says one of the most storied franchise in NFL history. The Giants have won. It says 4 in the pre-Super Bowl era and 4 Super Bowl titles. What's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
four
yeah,
Super
that's
Bowls.
right.
The
That's
NFL.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that don't count. So they got 4. Okay, bro.
Yeah.
So y'all got
So
4.
that's 4.
Wait.
So
Trap.
y'all got 4.
Show
Actually
me
3
what
because you
year was
tried to
the
bluff
last
and
ring
say
you got?
8.
What was the last ring? What year was the last time you guys won a Super Bowl or a playoff game?
Oh,
What does that matter? I'll look it up, but what does it matter? Let me ask you that. What does it matter?
it
Huh?
doesn't.
Year
It doesn't.
28. It's going to be a 28 seasons without you guys.
What does it?
Oh,
No, no. What,
28.
listen. My question is, what does it matter? What does it matter?
You ride and dine with
No, because
Prescott, and
now,
you ain't
hold
going
on.
nowhere.
No. Now you're moving the goalpost, Bill, because the
You ain't
conversation
waffling
is.
me, brother. You
Hold
ain't going to
on.
waffle me.
Hold on. Well, can let me talk. Listen, the conversation is. So you're no changing the conversation, my friend, is changing the goalpost. That ain't waffling. It's a fact. Look, if the conversation is how many rings does each team have, that's the conversation. Now you're saying, well, how long has it been? You're changing the conversation. We're not asking how long it's
The
been.
conversation to
Hold on
the
a second.
ring.
Hold on a
You changed
second.
the
Hold on a
conversation
second.
because the thing was that they
Hold
weren't going to
on.
that they were going to win this year.
Bill, just let me finish talking and then you can talk. Just let me finish. So just to be clear, the topic was and will remain how many rings does each team have? It started off with the Cowboys. I said, how many rings does the Cowboys have? And then I said, how many rings does the Giants have? And you didn't like the outcome of that. So you're trying to move the goalpost and say, well, when was the last
Listen,
time?
you could try to
No.
talk your way out in that airplane that you got that takes off and never lands. But the
Oh,
fact
it's
is,
landed, my friend.
Prescott is not your. I'm
Oh, so
sorry to
now
say it this
so
way.
now we're
He
bringing
is
up
not your
Prescott.
savior. You
So
guys
now
are
we're
not going to the
we're
Super
changing the
Bowl.
topic to So now you want to talk about quarterback. So
No,
now we're
no,
not
no,
talking about
no, no.
the
Hey,
team.
Dre.
We're talking about
Hey, Dre. Now
see?
I know what you deal with on a
No.
daily basis, Dre. Now I see
No.
what you mean, Dre.
No, we're talking about teams here, buddy. We're
Brother,
not talking about let me ask you this, Bill. Why are you bringing up Prescott? I didn't bring up Prescott. Why are you bringing him up?
if you're talking Dallas, you got to talk Prescott because that's your
No,
chief
no,
and
no, 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 no,
commander.
no, 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 no,
That's
no,
your
no,
chief
no,
and
no. Because
commander, brother.
now you're trying to take the conversation away from the Cowboys and you're
No,
trying to
no,
put
no,
it
no,
on
no,
one
no, 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 no,
quarterback.
no, no, no. Did you guys win this
Nah, buddy.
weekend? No, that was the conversation. You guys took a beating. You guys took a beating,
Yeah.
and he spoke. When it comes to big games, when he comes to teams that are with a winning record, Prescott is probably in the top 5 or worse. And when it
Okay.
comes
Well,
to the
you're
big
talking.
games, his record
Okay. Yeah.
shows that he
Okay,
can
Bill. You're
win the
talking
big
about.
game.
You're. Hey. I'm not talking about quarterbacks. I'm talking about the team, the whole team, all the
He
Cowboy
runs through the
teams,
quarterback.
teams,
The team
not
runs through the
individuals.
quarterback. The team runs through the quarterback.
What was the score of the Dolphins Giants game? I'm just curious. I can't remember.
1 to something, 31. Yeah, we're
Okay.
never
Man,
gonna win
hey,
with
when do we?
Danny Nichols. Two nickels. Danny two nickels will never win anything. He's not Danny
Let me
Dimes. It's
see.
Danny two.
I think. Let's see. The
I, I,
Cowboys. We
at
play.
least I face my realization. We're far from going anywhere, and I accept it. Do I root for them? Yeah, of course. But let me tell you, when it comes to Cowboy fans, oh my
Oh man, no,
God,
no, hey, bro, you talk more about Cowboys than I even think about the Giants. Let's look at
they're
that picture
living
for a
free
little bit.
rent. They're living free rent in my head, yes,
Oh,
and in
I
my heart.
know, I know, I
I
could tell.
live to see them fall. I got two older cousins that, yo, all that to me when I was growing up.
Worst fans in the NFL are Eagles fans. I'm gonna say that right now.
No, they're
All right,
They
violent
are
all right.
too.
Let
the
me say
worst.
I've
this.
They
been
are
there.
the worst.
All right, so check it out, guys. Check it out, just for entertainment purposes. Okay, I may have this wrong. I'm looking at the Cowboys schedule right now. Today, can someone give me the date today? I don't recall what it is. What is the
9,
date
October 9th,
today?
October 9th, October 9th,
The ninth.
2023, for entertaining purposes.
Okay, so does that mean, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the 16th is the 16th Monday, guys? The 16th?
It'll be Monday Night Football, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we play the Chargers, okay? And then I think we have a bye week. It doesn't say it, but I think we have a bye week. And then we play the Rams. Then we play the Eagles. And on November 12th, we play the Giants. Who's going to win that game, Bill?
Eagles and
No, the
Dallas.
no the Giant no the Giants. The
You
Giants.
you said 2 games. I'm giving you the outcome of the 2 games.
No, no,
Philly's
no,
gonna
no, no,
outright
no, no,
destroy you
no, no,
guys,
no.
and then you guys are
No, no,
gonna
no.
take it out on my Giants.
No, I was naming all the ones that were playing before the Giants, but the only one I'm asking about is when the Giants play the Cowboys. Who's going to win that game?
And I said the Cowboys. Bottom line, I think my team is horrible. I'm not in denial.
Bro,
I'm
bro,
not
let
in
me tell you
denial
something,
like
bro.
you're in
No, let me
denial.
tell you something. See,
You're
if you
waffling,
knew,
bro. You're waffling.
hey, if you knew the Cowboys as much as you say you know the Cowboys, you might want to root on your own team that day, bro, because the Cowboys are the best at dropping the ball when they play a bad team, bro. So y'all might be able to win one. What's y'all's record right now?
Listen, not when it comes to the Giants. When you look at Dallas and the Giants in the last 10 years, brother, we can't go nowhere with them. All right,
Oh yeah.
we don't,
All
we
right, let
don't,
me
we
see.
don't, we don't have it. I know my team. We don't have it. We're far from being a competitive team, especially with this Danny Two Nickel Jones. But at the same token, y'all, the chief and commander that runs the show in that pocket is great during the season, but when it comes to big time show with the big stage, when it's on the line, he's a choker. He proved it last night again.
Hey, Bill. Bill, it's not all Danny Dimes' fault, my friend. I'm gonna tell you right now that offensive line cannot block for
Offensive
him.
line, right? That
That
guard, I want to grab that guard and just face mask him. And oh, that right guard drives me crazy.
Hey, hold on a second. Who did this? Will the Packers wipe the floor with them boys? Who in the world? Who did that? Aaron, was that you?
oh,
Who's a
bro,
hey
it was
Ryan? Who's a
Jordan.
Packers?
It was
It
Jordan
was
for sure,
Jordan.
bro. It was Jordan for sure, bro.
Hey,
That's
hey,
that's
but the Packers play for the other side, bro. We don't play them.
no, dude. They're
He's
in the
just being
NFC.
silly. Really?
Oh yeah, Viking,
Why is that not
dude. We're
clicking?
NFC North, bro. NFC North is Packers,
Oh yeah.
Lions, Bears, Vikings,
Okay,
bro.
well, bro. I don't see them playing. I mean, I see them. I know we play the Lions. I know we play the Panthers. bro, I don't see.
Be a good game with Goff with the Lions. That should be a good game.
You might, hey, you might see him in the playoffs, Trot.
Oh yeah, that's
I bet
right.
you
That's right.
Green Bay might squeak through as a wild card because the Lions are going to win that division.
Hands down, bro.
Hey, bro, the Lions got a decent little team though. Even though, well, I think they do.
Dude,
They had
dude, I'll tell
Goff
you what.
in San Francisco,
Sit,
and they let him go because of Purdy. But Goff is the man, bro. Goff
with
can
the with
play.
the with the last half of the year last year, dude, I knew they were going to win the division this year, 100%. And the way
Bro, I
they
just can't
handled
wait.
Green Bay in the last game, bro. Oh man, that was crazy.
Bro, I just can't wait to see the Cowboys play the Dolphins, dude. That happens December 24th. I think the Dolphins are going to beat them like 100-3. We might get a field goal. So we're 3-2 now, pretty much. And how many do you have to win?
They're playing for a wild card because nobody's beating Philly this year, though.
Yeah, but
In
you got
our
to win. Hey, don't you have to win like 8 though to go to the playoffs?
No, man. The
no,
Panthers
depending on your
Panthers
division.
made it to the playoffs with a losing record, bro. They were the first team to do it.
What was their losing? What was it? What was the losing record?
7-9. They were
Wow, I thought you
they were
had to have.
7-9.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
I thought you had to be 8-8.
Nope.
No,
Huh?
no. Depending on your
They
division,
won
bro.
their
How
they
bad?
won their division at 7-9. That's how bad that division
Yeah.
was.
Wow. So we got a chance.
Yeah, bro. Well, no, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you finish the season 7-9, no, you don't have a chance because, like I said, Philadelphia is gonna win that division. So you got to make sure you
Yeah,
get 10, 11 wins. You got to make sure you get 10, 11 wins.
You had a
bro.
wild
What
card,
about
sir.
when the?
You got to get in
I
a
want to
wild card.
see. Hey, I want to see the nine. Did the Niners and Eagles play already?
Nope.
Dude, that's who I want to see play. That's gonna be a good game.
You know, people are forgetting. You got Baltimore playing good ball. You got
Yeah.
They
Detroit.
didn't look good yesterday, bro.
No, really, I didn't see the highlights.
No, they didn't look good yesterday.
Well,
Because the Steelers,
well,
are they're suspect, bro. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Baltimore let them back into that game, and then the way they lost, that was pretty bad, bro.
all right, guys, I'm cutting it. I'm getting off. I'll see y'all in the morning. God bless,
Love
God
and
y'all.
bless.
See
God
y'all
bless.
tomorrow. God
and
bless. Enjoy.
the Cowboys going to win the Super Bowl this year. See
Uh,
y'all.
I hope
Chiefs.
somebody clip that.